Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. This is the road trip. I got my man, Mr. Tom, with me. How are you doing, Mr. Tom?
I'm not bad, sir. How are you doing?
Doing good. I'm doing good. All right, people. So, before we get started, we're just gonna have a little. I guess I don't know if it's a moment of silence or what, but just to keep our thoughts.
Yeah.
Spencer, Spencer, one of our panel mates, lost one of his pets, and as part of his family, and just have our thoughts with him. I don't know if he'll be on the show today, but we you know head up and condolences. For those who have pets, they know, especially when they're part of the family.
Yeah, I
So
was about to say the same thing.
you
Um,
know,
there may be people who believe like if you lose a pet, it's not the same as losing a family member, but it can be, and it is, and it's probably wrong to basically separate that fact. But not saying that anyone's like that, but there are people that are like that. But it's not a nice thing to go through. I've personally lost pets that are literally around so long they are like part of the family. Um, but yeah, no, I'm genuinely sorry. That I don't know the right wording or if I've gone off the massive tangent on it, but yeah, no, I'm sorry that awful stuff has happened.
yep, yep, yep. So I know he's starting off a little somber note, but that's kind of what we do here, and at least that's what I want to do here. We are friends and family and friends. So that's how we start. I don't know if Sam's. I know Sam's about. I don't know if he'll be on the show. We'll
Um,
see.
on Thursday, he did after our show on Thursday. He did say to me that he would be late for the
Oh,
show, but
okay.
he's intending on turning up for it. To be fair to him,
All
but
right.
it was more because he didn't know whether you was going to be hosting this week. So in case I was going to be on my own, he was like, Tom, just letting you know, I'm not going to be there at 3 p.m. in the UK,
Cool. Cool. Cool.
and
Cool.
etc.
I hear you. All right. So we'll say hi to the people in the chat, and we'll get going. Stephen joins us from the north. From the north, right, Steve? Well, thanks for joining us. I don't know if you're working or if you're home chilling. Got
They call it the
Lonzo.
Great White North, don't they? In
Yeah,
Canada.
yeah, something like that. Lonzo's in the house. Yeah, yeah. No, it's yeah. Oh, look at this. What? Wait, what's going? What happened, Mr. Tom? It actually says Colonel Ward.
It does. He's decided to turn up as himself this week. Who is you initially going to turn up as? Because obviously, the way we started the show, he's obviously like, shit. I can't comment on this as Pol Pot's cousin or something like that. But no, good to see you, Colonel. In all
Yeah,
seriousness, good
there
to see
you
you.
go. There you go. And yeah, in reference to the pot man. Yeah, yeah. Even Russ has joined us. Hey, welcome to the show, Russ. All right.
Arsenal not kicking off at 3 p.m. in the UK, to my understanding.
Yeah, not until I know kick off till tomorrow. So it's
Yeah,
today it's just going to be all about everybody else. And I have some somber things to talk about in terms of my sporting, how I see sports right now. So we'll get into that and everything else. But you're home
okay.
today. All right, cool, Steven. So nice, nice. Yeah, yeah.
Must be a
Russ,
nice
stop.
rare day off.
Russ, stop. I'm gonna just stop, please, please. Yes, You know what I mean. See, is what I mean right here. Uh, man. All right, all right. So we'll get into it. Um, yeah. I don't know what that
Yeah,
means. That's oh, you know what? That's
it's
another
full.
thing right
It's
there.
full Nelson law.
That you know what that right well that right there is it's actually a pain. It's got me feeling a little bit of pain. Those two names. So and we'll get into why, and I'll tell you why. So, as far as my sports are going, all right, Arsenal is on the verge of maybe losing 3, maybe 4 games in a row, maybe even 5 games in a row, based on the teams that they have coming up. They play Chelsea, they come back, they play Nottingham Forest, and then they play Sporting. Three teams
Gary,
three teams that are battling for positions with Arsenal. 3 teams that have something to lose if they lose. 3 teams that are, in my eyes, in a better form than Arsenal. And 2 of them will be on the road. 1 will be home, but 2 of them will be on the road. So everything about the next 3 games for Arsenal is, we have these stretches. We've had it before in past seasons where there's like a 3-4 game stretch where Arsenal needs to stop the bleeding. This is what's happening in the next 4. It started already with Inter, and we got 3 more to go. Arsenal they could not necessarily see the season end, but it takes a hit if they don't get it right and don't stop the rot, stop the bleeding. So we shall see. So that's one. I'm gonna go through everything, and then you can have your say about whatever you want. But so that's one. My Dallas Cowboys. They are in the midst of a 3-game losing streak, and when Alonso puts up the names that he had put up already, gives me pain because we're playing the Eagles this week. Not only that, but my neighbor who I'm going to hang out with tomorrow, he's an Eagles fan. So I told him I might need a shoulder. Yeah.
You might do.
Because unless Dallas shows me something they haven't showed me all season, this game is going to go just like the other ones. Yeah.
Goal. Wolves 1-0 up on Southampton. Sorry, Gary.
I have the Leeds game up right now. It's still 0-0. They're in the 10th minute. It's about to go into the 11th minute. We've got a free kick coming from QPR. Let's see where this one goes. Not much, and it gets headed out. There you go. Nothing going bad there. So that's it. That's number 2. Not done yet. God, my Florida Gators football team. No, don't say anything. That's what. No, don't even. I know what you're thinking. Just stop the thought before it begins. Don't even mute yourself. Do not go in the chat. Keep your fingers. Yeah, keep your hands where I can see. Florida Gators play Texas at noon. So in about 2 hours, they were playing Texas, one of the teams slated to win the championship. They win the trophy this year. Not good stretch. Our Gators have played. They played Georgia last week. They play a lot of big teams. This could go bad. All right, this could go bad. Did I say QPR? What did I say? QPC. Yeah. All right. I can't hear you because you muted yourself. But so the Gators could lose this weekend.
Yeah. Sorry, I was just answering the question in the chat.
Oh, I thought I said QPR, but anyway.
You did. You did. It was fine. It's fine. Right. It's no big deal.
All right. So my Florida Gators have a really big game today, which most people will expect them to lose. They've played well against the better teams that they've played. They haven't been able to get across the line. They've actually had leads in those games and still not get across the line. And Russ, you're trying to get yourself muted and kicked out for a bit. So that's the next thing. Come to find out, there's some big news happening in Florida Gator land. Turns out the basketball coach has basically had some sexual misconduct, or not necessarily sexual. Yeah, you could call it sexual misconduct, and potentially could be fired. Potentially, they've known for months that there's an issue. It's finally come to light now.
The head coach,
the head coach for the basketball team, yeah.
Oh my God.
So, yeah, he's broken some rules. He's been a little creepy, let's just say, and yeah, it could get him fired.
BX going straight to the core of the matter.
Yeah, no, that's not that, but it's still not. It's for a man in that position working at a university. It's probably a bad look. So, but not that bad, but not good either. So that's that. Is anything else? I think I might have touched everything. So basically, my 3 football teams, be it American or world football, are at a crossroads. They need to change something. So I could have a really consistent weekend, which means everything it stays the same, or I could have a really good one, which means that I get wins here and there. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. Yep, I don't have a Tebow posted, but I do have his jersey. You've been watching League One.
Southampton have scored
Yeah.
1-1.
Yeah, League One has better. Yeah, their tactics. There's a lot of teams that have better tactics than Arsenal right now, and I think it's because they've got players playing in the positions that they are good at. All right, so that's kind of my dribble and my what I'm feeling. And Russ, no talk about that team, dude. Do you want me to talk about that team all the time? Because that's what you're doing when you put that name up. I don't talk about that team, and I don't think you want me to talk about that team. So stop bringing them up.
What, the 1-8 Florida State?
Yes, don't bring them up. I don't. You know what? The fact that they are that bad and I still hate football in college says a lot. I get it. I should be laughing at them, but I can't because my team has 4 losses and doesn't look good. Yeah, and I'm not even putting your comment up there, BX Gunner. But welcome to the show. I don't know if I said it, but welcome to the show, BX Gunner. But that last comment of yours is not gonna go up. Yeah, I support Fleetwood because that's I got family, man. Come on, are they playing today? I don't even know. We'll get into
I'll
that
have a
as
look
well.
for you right now. I've looked for you right now, sir. Fleetwood Town are currently winning with a goal from Ronan Coughlin.
Cool.
Penalty from
Does
the
it have any
penalty spot.
stats on how Bonds is playing right now?
Excuse me. Bonds is not in the team.
Oh, okay.
Bonds is. Excuse me. He is not in the start. He's not in the squad.
Oh
Not in
man,
the
he must be
squad.
injured. I didn't. Okay.
That may be the case. That may be the case.
All right.
I'll
All right.
look into this now.
You want me to run down some scores, or you got it to start?
Gary, you absolutely, please, as the host of your own show, please let everyone know the
All right.
score.
We'll start in the games that happened earlier today in the championship. Yeah, we'll start with that.
Why not?
Cardiff loses 1-3 to Blackburn. It was not close at all. Middlesbrough welcomes Luton back to the championship with a 5-1 win. Not even close. Luton did not look good. Like for a team, I don't know how many players they lost from last. I assume they lost players from last season to now.
Only a couple.
So and if you're saying only a couple, I would assume like they would have hopefully a base number of players that have played in that style and can compete and were able to actually show up in Premier League
yeah,
matches.
no, most of their players, it's the squad that generally got promoted. The players that have lost would have been the players they bought in while in the Premier League, like Ross Barkley, Andros Townsend, to name a few. But generally speaking,
so you would think
is
at least that the core is there. So how they want to play is there, and as you said, they won with this team in the championship, but they struggled today, 5-1. It didn't even look close. Some of the goals were just too easy that I saw. Stoke it drew with Millwall. Derby is up 1-0 on Plymouth at home. Leeds sitting 0-0 at home with QPR. They're in the box. Ooh, nice shot. Goalkeeper had to get a hand on that. It was going in, and I believe that was from. I wanted to say Aronson, but that might have been who's number 22. Oh, they're in the box again. Oh, clear it away. I got a corner coming up. Leeds is on the cusp. I think that was Aronson. Aronson from just inside the 18. Puts his foot. Oh, just on the 18. He puts his foot on it. Hits the crossbar. Oh, goalkeeper may have been able to tip it onto the crossbar, but he hits the crossbar with that shot. It's one of those things where if he looked up, he would have known that the far corner was open. But when you put your foot through it like that, I'll take that over looking up and then chipping it, and then it get caught. You know what I mean? He actually put his foot through that. Then goalkeeper would have had to have strong hands if it was on target.
Can I answer Ross's question? Because he wants to know why there were no early kickoff in the Premier League. I believe it's because Liverpool would have been the early kickoff, but because they played in the Champions League on Wednesday, or Tuesday or Wednesday, their game has obviously been moved to.
I don't get why they have to be the early game. It seems like every other game it's Liverpool.
I can answer that too, because they are the most supported team in Thailand, and they pay a lot of money for Premier League rights. And obviously, the Taiwanese government or whatever, their TV stations in Asia Taiwan and Thailand, 2 different places. So I don't know why I've made them sound like the same. Anyway, the point is, in Asia, they are highly supported and they pay a lot of money for Premier League rights. That's why Liverpool are quite often the lunchtime kickoff on Saturday.
This should be a goal. Oh, that should have been a goal. This should be a goal. They're this should be. Oh, there it is. Goal from number 2. That is Bogle. I believe that's how you say his name. The ball was it was a ping pong ball in the box. Bang, 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 bang. Finally, Bogle's able to put it. Basically, boots it up into the upper net there. Leeds are up in the 18th.
Do you know the real big story from today coming out of Leeds? Genuinely true. Junior Firpo at 9 a.m. today was handed a 3-match ban from the Football Association.
What?
Genuinely true. And to anyone who goes, why was Junior Firpo banned? Obviously to make it fair on QPR. No, I'm joking. But it's because in the 95th minute at Millwall, Junior Firpo decided to headbutt McNamara of Millwall. They're seen in the middle, filmed through a potato. That's not true. It's not true. They zoomed in because the actual camera angle was far out. I have no complaint about that.
Because if they saw it in real time, it would have been the same thing.
Yeah, so. Yeah. No, because there are Leeds fans on Twitter saying, "How dare they try and screw us over like on 9 a.m. on match day?" kind of thing. It's like he obviously got told about the charge beforehand, and then basically went, "I'm appealing it," and the FA went, "Well, you've headbutted him. You are banned, sir."
Yeah,
I think he's a genius, in my opinion. Like people go, Tom, why is he a genius? I'm like, because this is the final game for a national break. So basically, he's got himself a nice day off before he heads to the Caribbean for his 2-week holiday, where he's basically the Lionel Messi of Dominican Republic football. And then he's got a further holiday after that because he ain't playing in 2 games following that. And that is why Junior Firpo is the world's greatest man. And the reason this exists.
There you go.
But yeah,
I'll finish up with some more of the scores. We had a little.
He's an idiot.
Southampton is Wolves at home have just scored. There was, I think there could have been a call for a penalty in the box, but it didn't really matter. They scored. So Wolves are up 1-0. Wolves are up 1-0, but they still sit 18th. So no matter what they do, they will be in the relegation zone. Only Ipswich Ipswich can't get out of the bottom 3. So basically, the bottom 3 will stay the same no matter what happens, and that's Wolves, Ipswich, and Southampton. Maybe Ipswich and Wolves will switch places, but otherwise, not much happening. They're going to stay right where they are, no matter if they all win.
It's for betting in dark, Gary.
What is it?
No, I picked This is genuinely true. Excuse me, I'll find them. Give me 10 seconds. Right, basically, my picks for betting in the dark are Aston Villa to win 3-1 at Liverpool tonight. Salah to score first. John Duran to score at any time. That will pay £233 for a pound. Ipswich to win 4-1 at Tottenham. With Sam Smodics and Leif Davis to score. I'm not that brave on that one.
I have Villa. Villa is my upset pick because I only go for upset picks that help me when I have a chance. When it's clear as day they're not going to win, then yeah. But when it's close, like Liverpool against Villa, nobody would be upset if not upset, but nobody would be surprised if Villa was able to get something out of that game, no matter how bad they're struggling.
I mean, for anyone who pays attention to what my picks actually are for upset pick, my agenda is quite clear in making these picks. Anyway, so Ipswich definitely going to win at Tottenham tomorrow. And I did the Arsenal to win 3-2 at Chelsea. With Havertz scored first, Saka following on from that. £1 pays £199.
I hear you.
And the main reason I picked Arsenal to win that is because Arsenal are the clear, or not clear. They're the underdog over. You'd get less money if I'd done Chelsea to win 3-2. So
go on. Well, I hope you win your bet this time. Hope you win your bet. And I don't know what's up with this guy. Look at this, Mr. Arsenal podcast. I thought we were friends.
It's a great podcast. It's a great podcast. Like Ryan, he's a great guy. He's a great guy. Sorry, what?
Oh yeah. What is the question? Like, why would you say what when the guy's being mean to me?
Yeah. So, you know what? For Russ Morgan, we're gonna do it for him right now. Transmere Rovers 0, Newport County 0.
Very, very, very nice. I don't know why it's Eddie Izzard's favorite club, but I mean, some people know why. Why is Peacock showing the game on USA on Goal Rush? I don't. I thought Goal Rush is supposed to switch between games, and they kind of have, and that's kind of what it is. So they do pick a main game. They probably, I don't. Yeah, like you're right. Why would they pick the game that's on USA and not just pick another game that's not on, so you can get more of that? But got a free kick coming from QPR, just wide of the box here. Let's see what they can do with this. And West Ham and Everton is what they're showing on the Gold Rush for those who are watching it.
Bournemouth have scored at Brentford.
Oh, there you go. They haven't shown that yet, so maybe that will pop up on a goal zone in a bit. Here comes the ball in, and Meslier is able to collect that very easily. 25 minutes in, and
obviously Colonel
still.
Wall just trying to get a rise out of me on well done Millwall. I have nothing to say on it. Fact of the matter is, Leeds did not deserve to beat Millwall. Millwall scored first, and then they went into their low block, as it's their right to do, and they prevented us from scoring. Simple as that. I have no excuses. We need to do better.
Here comes balls out wide. Here we go. He puts a cross in. Oh. Nanto's not able to get to that deflection. Aronson actually put a nice ball in. It looked like he was trying to go to the far post on the ground, though. If he puts that in the air, I think he scores. But he keeps it on the ground, and I think a foot gets one of the defender or the goalkeeper who's already on the ground. It kicks. Yeah, it just clicks in and pops up, and Nanto's not able to jump on it. But good opportunity. Aronson is shown, as Aronson is doing what he usually does when you go after him, he kind of shows up and shows you that, look, I can do some stuff. So Ipswich have gotten results at that team, so it's not impossible. No, you know what? The one thing, and this is the inconsistency with the Premier League right now. I mean, outside of the results that Liverpool is getting, most teams in the Premier League they're not as guaranteed to win anymore as they have been in the past. Inconsistencies are a thing, be it imposed by the opponent or just because teams just aren't where they would like to be. He just said he wasn't winding you up. You just screwed that bet. You screwed up his bet. So
that doesn't really correlate to the message. Well done, Millwall.
Hey, you got to read. You got to listen to what he's saying, not just you got to listen. What is it? You don't.
I've got to read between the lines. I've got to read words. You got
to. Whatever. It's Colonel logic, right? As they say.
Yeah.
All right. So let me get into this because I didn't finish some of the scores here. Derby is up 1-0 on Plymouth at home. I did say Leeds is up on QPR. Norwich is losing at home to Bristol City 1-0. Portsmouth and Preston are 0-0. Sunderland is up 1-0 home to Coventry. In League One, we'll get into that real quick. Burton and Shrewsbury. Burton wins 2-0 at home. Wrexham is up 1-0 over Mansfield. Birmingham and Northampton 0-0. Bristol Rover and Lincoln 0-0. Crawley, Huddersfield 0-0. Exeter, Charlton 0-0. Leyton Orient, Blackpool 0-0. Peterborough is up 1-0 at home to Cambridge. Stevenage and Reading 0-0. Stockport, Bolton 0-0. And Wigan and Wigan and Wycombe. I think that's how you say it. Wycombe is up 1-0. Bournemouth and Brentford scoring a fair from a throw-in. Ball goes into the box, and what is that guy's name? Their winger, number 11. I forget his name. He heads it in from the from left of the, I guess right of the goal. Hits it to the far post.
They're doing a VAR check from what I can tell.
So there might have been a little bit of contact in there, or a handball. That's the only thing I can think of.
If he doesn't contact the ball, you can't score from a throw-in. Therefore, they'll rule the goal out.
If he doesn't contact the ball, what do you mean?
Well, no, from what you're saying, basically, if they throw it and he heads it in, it's a goal. But if they throw it and he doesn't touch the ball, it's a throw-in and the ball's gone in, which isn't.
No. It's not that. There was a ping ball was ping
Okay.
balling around, so there must have
fair
been a
enough,
foul
fair
or
enough.
something like that in there. If there's anything.
Oh, you're
So,
probably right. Yeah.
That's the only thing that I can think of to call off a goal would be a handball. But it's one of those things for me is where it's too proximity and too much going on for it to possibly be called a goal. So do we need League Two scores? Or are we good? No, I guess we'll go League Two real quick. Harrogate is lost 1-2 to Morecambe. What's the difference? Wycombe and Morecambe. All right, there we go. Salford loses at home to Carlisle 1-0. Wimbledon and Grimsby. Wimbledon is losing at home to Grimsby 1-0. Borough, Colchester 0-0. Cheltenham, Bromley 0-0. Bromley is down a man. Chesterfield, Accrington. Accrington's up 1-0 there. Doncaster at home to Notts County, losing 1-0. Fleetwood is up 1-0 and Bradford at home. Gillingham, Port Vale 0-0. MK Dons is losing at home to Swindon 1-0. Transmere and Newport 0-0, and Walsall and Crewe 0-0. And we'll get into the English games real quick here. Like I said, Brentford and Bournemouth is a 1-1 match, which kind of, Bournemouth, as good as they have been, they're drew with Brentford, right? They've beat Arsenal and City in back-to-back weeks. And we got a surprise. We got a surprise coming up. Let me go through the scores real quick. West Ham, Everton 0-0. Wolves up 1-0 on Southampton. And as the music starts, is the music going to start again?
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you His Lordship, His Holiness, the greatest Greenwood of all the Greenwoods in the world. It is Lord Greenwood, the 5th of Norway.
Hello there, Tom. Hello, Gary. How are you this wonderful, glorious afternoon?
Hello, Lord Greenwood. I noticed that while you are Lord of Norway, your English accent is just as spick and delicious as ever.
Oh yes, it's delicious. It's absolutely glorious. It's I grew up in England and I was given this territory to make my own and enslave everybody. But that's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. That's the way the world works. It's that's just what it is. It's feudalism, isn't it? It's glorious, absolutely glorious. Tom, you look marvelous. I know you've been through Lou Gehrig's disease. You've been molested by multiple different types of garden gnomes. But you made it through. You look absolutely stunning this afternoon, Tom. And tell us what cream do you use for your skin, Tom?
Homemade cream, of course, sir.
Is it homemade?
That just sounds a little scary because all I heard was it puts lotion on its skin. That's all I heard when you said that. And
that's a great movie. It's a great movie.
Do you use any baby oil, Tom? Is any baby oil at all?
Oh no! See, this is now you just Lord, that baby oil. It just is not a You're going down a bad path when you bring that
Gary,
up.
you look absolutely marvelous this afternoon. You look like you just look like a beam of sunlight. I know you've had an incredible story, your trip through the ocean from Barbados and everything, but it's just, you look absolutely fantastic. So tell me how do you keep yourself looking so good, Gary?
Yeah, one is I have to take pills before I come on my show now because, as you can see here from BX Gunner, I never know what's about to happen. When Sam's not on, I don't know what's about to happen. I'm happy to see you join us here. You're new to the show, I believe. Is that true? This is your first time?
It's the first. I've been on before a long time ago.
Okay.
As they say, but no, I'm back and I'm happy to be here. I'm a very busy man,
I don't remember the title, Lord Lord Greenwood V of Norway. Did I have that wrong? Was it just Lord Greenwood V? Like you've actually.
Well, I was Lord Greenwood V, and then they gave me Norway. My new territory.
Sorry, I didn't. Okay, now that makes things clearer to me.
Yes,
all right, got it.
It's just a little different place that I'm basically ruling over now, and yes, just a slight different, title really, but everything is basically the same, and it's great to be here again with you two wonderful chaps. Great to be here. Just glorious times at the moment. Yes. So, how is everybody doing? And what's going on in the world of that little thing you call, what did you kick around called football?
Well, Mr. Tom is smiling, and he should be smiling right now. Leeds are winning at home to QPR. So, I think
Leeds are winning. My God, what's going on there? That can't be right.
So I think he's happy.
It could be a lot worse, I suppose. It could be a lot worse. We will until Sheffield United play, of course, we will go back up to second in the Championship, which I'll take all day long.
Who are you playing today?
Queen's Park Rangers, and I want revenge on them for their 4-goal win against us in April when they actually tried hard.
Well, everybody wants revenge against them. They're absolutely horrible bastards. They are. Nobody likes the Rangers of Queen Park.
Yeah. I don't know where any of these comments are going.
Homemade cream with baby oil. Wow.
I don't know.
You had many nights in your
baby oil. That's what Tom calls a medium entertaining Thursday afternoon.
That just sounds disgusting and dirty.
Wow.
Incredible. A little bit of dirt makes the world go around, doesn't it, Gary? Doesn't it,
Gary?
I
guess so. Yeah, they're over here on the Gold Rush. They're showing West Ham and Everton, which is very, very poor game. Not much is going on there. Yeah. Anybody? So, Paqueta, Bowen, Kudus. Anybody think they're going to leave in January?
No, in January. Not the kind of money they go for. They'll go for. According to the stats, West Ham currently have an XG at home of 0.00.
0.0.
No shots on target.
I was going to say, fat and stupid isn't a way to get through life, Mr. Blutowski.
Yeah.
How is he still in the job? That was his name, like Pet Gooey or whatever they call him.
Yeah. Oh, Brentford. Brentford has.
I have no love for Everton, but they are absolutely laying siege on West Ham if the stats are to be believed.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've laid siege plenty of times.
And if anyone knows siege, it's Lord Greenwood.
Yes, the other day I laid a siege on Iceland. Wonderful women in Iceland. They're a bunch of slags. It was great. I loved it.
Oh, you read the shop.
The shop, Iceland, the shop, you crazy bastard. No, only dealing countries, boy. Countries and territories, not supermarkets, you absolute heathen.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah. My apologies.
Yeah.
Brentford is all these wonderful people in that.
Yes.
What was you going to say, Tom?
Stefan's typed the supermarket. I'm like, you got to wake up a lot early in the morning to type something out faster than I've said it.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Tom's a quick little boy. It's all that baby oil. It makes him go
through the air. No. Let's get back into football. Brentford is playing well, but Bournemouth is playing better. So there you go.
Look at all these glorious people in the chat. Curtis Ward and Alonso and Stefan. And there's that dogging bastard from Slough called Russ. And BX, the Mexican slave. Yes, lovely. Love glorious people.
Wow.
You don't even know where BX is from. The man's from the Boogie Down. That oh my gosh. BX is laughing. So he's going, you got me wrong, dude. I don't know if he's Rican, but I'm gonna go Rican just because he's from New York, but I could be wrong. But
if he was in Norway, he would definitely be cleaning my pool, that's for sure.
Oh damn. Oh damn. This is times have changed, Lord Greenwood. A little bit.
Have they?
Yes.
Have they really,
Not in
Gary?
his estate, clearly.
Not where I am.
I don't know what this is. Is this something
Lidl is a
Oh,
is a
Lidl.
it's
Okay.
a supermarket which
No,
is
we have
it's
we have
basically
some over
all
here now.
colours, but
There's got
cheaper.
yeah, no they're actually building a new one near to my house, So they took out of like this should be a cross. It should be a goal. And it is number 14. Oh, did he just put the flag up? 25-14, but flag goes up.
Deary me.
Oh boy.
Manor Solomon.
So somebody
been
was
flagged
offsides, but I'm
offside.
not sure who. But it was a really nice 1-2. Gets the ball out on the white on the left wing there, passes it back into the middle and easily. He was off.
That's unfortunate.
25 was off the guy who's on the left side who makes the pass. His run was just a little bit too soon. Rodon loses a goal.
We had a goal ruled out for offside on Wednesday,
Mm.
and my uncle sent me a photo of. I'm pretty sure this is not offside, Tom. I'm like, well, two thoughts on this. A, you've sent me a photo that doesn't prove any fucking thing. And secondly, even if I turn around and say to you, no, you're right, that should be a goal, we still lose 1-0. So
What happened, Gary?
Nanto makes it really nice. He nutmegs a player, and the attacker just stopped in the box. Just stopped, and the ball.
What did you
just
say it
dribbled
was?
straight
Was it
to the
Nonso?
goalkeeper. He just stopped. He didn't think the ball was going to get to him. This is what the trust. Some people don't have trust in their teammates that the ball will get to them. But goal for Sunderland, says Lonzo. So there you go.
Yeah,
Little rhymes with something. I don't know what it rhymes with.
They're despicable people up there.
And Ryan, dude, I called it offsides when it happened, dude. Chill out. Ryan was really mean to me, Lord Greenwood.
Was Ryan? Oh, Ryan mean to you? No, they. You know what we call Ryan? We call him the Hounslow Hamburglar. That's what his name is. That's what he's an absolute despicable person from Hounslow.
Yes. Somebody just called you Lord Slag.
Well, at least he's got Lord right. That's for sure. We love slags, though. We love glorious slags. They're beautiful, especially covered in baby oil.
Where do we like them most, Lord? Where do we like our slags most?
Well, I can definitely tell you the slags are definitely best in Iceland. And I don't mean the supermarket, you absolute heathen. The country of Iceland, they are absolutely wonderful. They're stunning specimens.
Lord, yeah. That was the equivalent of me teeing you up to like promote your show on a Thursday. We like slag in the dark.
Oh yes, in the dark. Oh, sorry. Yes, sorry. I'm sorry. I'm a bit off here at the moment. I've got too much going on. Running a territory is not easy. But yes, on Thursday nights, 8 p.m. UK time, there's a new show with me and Tom called Slags in the Dark. It's glorious. We just talk about anything that's not football, really.
There you go.
Check it out.
Yeah, Derby and Plymouth now sitting have a 1-1 draw as we speak. Updates from Ryan. There you go. So, lots of scoring going on today, folks.
Yes, nothing like a bit of scoring. It's brilliant.
Lots of scoring. So, I don't know. It looked bad, but it ended up well. For those who also want to know, Real Madrid won 4-0 today, even though they lost. I think they lost 3 players to injuries.
Wow.
Rodrigo, Vasquez, and somebody else. I forgot.
Wow.
But Vinicius had a hat trick, and Mbappe struggled again. So there you go.
For anyone who wondered, that is the link to Sam Greenwood, the Sam Greenwood led channel. Sam Greenwood.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Tom. Check it out. Thursdays, 8 p.m. UK time. If you're not busy doing something absolutely despicable, then come check it out.
There you go, everybody.
Something else despicable, where basically Sam is the most well-behaved host on YouTube.
Yeah.
I am so well-behaved, Tom. You are so correct. Thank you.
Stefan must be on the wrong channel because he says he doesn't see anything.
you should click on the live section. Sir,
Yes, you need to check on the live section. Click on live. I'm only doing live stuff at the moment.
Live. Like, for example, it says home and then live, and then Slags in the Dark, episode 1.
Correct.
Yes.
Episode 1.
Yeah.
Check it out Thursday, Stefan. If you're not too busy shagging grannies, then come and check it out. Okay.
Okay.
We had a lovely discussion about movies.
Yes, absolutely.
Sorry to cut you off, Gary. Sorry.
No, it's fine. No, this is what. Yeah, we're good. We're good. We got. Do we have a goal coming up in the Crystal Palace Fulham game? The ball's in the box. Fulham's in there. And Iwobi, ooh, goalkeeper gets a hand on it. Very nice shot to the near post, but goalkeeper gets a hand, pushes it over. All right. And it's still 1-0 in the QPR match here. Who's number 2?
What, for QPR?
For Leeds.
Oh, number 2 is Jayden Bogle, the goal scorer.
Oh, yes. So he's been looking good. Oh! You're gonna be really mad. You're gonna be really mad at number 25. It was a really nice cross from Tanaka, and 25 gets a head on it and pushes it wide. He had a whole goal. He had the entire goal open to him.
Sam Byron missing a goal. Junior would have put that away.
Yeah, that if you watch the replay for that, you're gonna be like, how did he miss that? Because that, he did everything right, but headed it just wide of the mark.
Junior Slurpo.
Yeah.
No, Sam Firpo is banned. Firpo had a 1-game ban, and then he came back from his 1-game ban, and he earned himself a 3-game ban for headbutting a Millwall player.
Wow!
Genuinely
what an absolute
true.
hero!
Genuinely true.
What an absolute hero!
Anyone who Firpo, how dare you walk into Firpo's forehead? How dare you, sir?
Firpo should have been given a reward. The Millwall player should have been given a reward for that. Millwall, they're reprehensible bunch of slags.
Yeah.
Sorry, Gary's making noises again.
Yeah, I was making noises.
Gary loves making
put the
noises.
ball into the box. Mateta gets a head on it. It dribbles to the goal. Gets cleared off the line by, is that Anderson? I think it's Anderson. Yes. Luckily for Fulham. There we go. I don't understand. What is this? Is what your show's about?
Nope.
He's a bit clairvoyant there. That's exactly what we're going to be discussing next Thursday.
Oh, damn. Mr. Tom said no. Mr. Tom said no, and the Lord said, "Ask and you shall receive." So
you have to please the viewers. So next Thursday, tune in for a glorious review.
Lord, one of your
yes,
one of your fellow men, Anders.
Hello, Anders. Yes, I'm going to be taking Sweden next. I have Norway at the moment. Sweden's in my sights because Sweden's full of slags.
Oh well,
we like slags.
Can you just whatever? What did he say there?
You want me to speak Norwegian to the Swedish lad?
Yes, please.
Okay. Hej Anders, hur är läget? Hur mår ni? Mår ni bra, din slampa, din horunge?
There you go.
Jävlar, du jävlar. Anders är slampa. Men jag gillar dig, du är kul va? Fan i helvete. Svenska fan.
Did you just tell him when he's gonna become a under your rule? Is that what you're saying?
I just told him we're going to liberate Sweden in about 3 weeks' time. Then we're going to move on to Denmark.
Just take over the whole region, huh?
Yes, they're all slags. They deserve it.
There you go. Anders, welcome to the show. All right. The only places for this noise is the bathroom. Sorry. But yeah. The other slag from Norway is in the chat. Actually, it sounds like he's from Sweden.
Yes, Anders was a lost little boy. He wandered into Sweden and he stayed there with all the slags.
Yes, I was saying to myself, what can I call this show? And it's a match day show that we do chat about football and then we don't. And is that ESR? Yes, it is. ESR puts the ball in, far post, gets it off the fingers of the goalkeeper, and it goes in. I don't know if that's Nelson who gave him the pass. Nope. Oh, is it Nelson? No, not sure who that is, but
Right,
it's the
Ryan
pass.
said, guess who scored for Fulham? While I'm sure it's probably an Arsenal player, because he wouldn't have said it if it wasn't an Arsenal player,
Oh,
I'm actually going to answer, well, it definitely wasn't Tony Todd.
there you go. There you go.
Yes.
So
yes,
there you go. So Oh, Gary ruined my game. What do you mean I ruined your game? Dude, you ruin every game for me when I'm on a show with you, so stop it. Who's this guy? Anyways, Lord, I'm telling you, man, you can do anything for me.
I'm gonna get that Ryan slag.
Yes, please. Yeah. Arteta just kicked himself again. It is interesting how he's playing a little bit more freer that he's getting to play football. I know it's a totally different situation, but you think ESR would have done anything for us if he stayed, Lord Greenwood?
No. ESR was not good for us. This is typical Arsenal delusion where as soon as a player goes, they're suddenly the most wonderful player in history. And they're playing for a team that suits their style a little bit better. And they're playing in they're getting more chances because they're playing in a style that suits them more. It's less challenging what they're doing. And yes, all of a sudden he scores a goal and he's fucking Maradona. So yeah, no, it doesn't make any sense. He's not very good, and we need to move on and get better players than ESR.
Oh, there you go. You heard it here. The Lord has spoketh and speaketh, and it's done.
Yes, speaketh and ye shall receive.
There you go. I heard, Lord Greenwood, your family's history full of cannibals believing the old body parts held life and you would use them as medicine.
He's not far wrong, this Colonel Ward fellow. He's not far wrong. Yes, we would definitely mash up a few heathens and we'd make juice out of them. And yes, it was quite a nice breakfast beverage, to be honest.
Mm. Yeah. So for those who want to know, it's halftime in many games. We'll give you the scores in a bit, but Wolves has still got a couple minutes left in extra time, but everybody else is it's halftime. Could it be said our style is not good and possibly the problem?
I agree. I think tactically we need to change things a bit. It's not really working very well. Yeah, but I don't know if Arteta is going to be able to or want to do that. I think he's a bit stuck in the system we've got now, so we'll have to see. But I think things will improve with our captain back now.
Yeah. No, I think Arteta needs to make what should be the simple changes, right? If it's broken, fix it, not continue to work with a broken system, a broken plan.
Exactly.
If you have answers, confirm that you have the answers or not. If I kind of I kind of feel like in Wary is might be the answer, but we'll never know, and we probably will never know.
In other news, last Saturday, I felt there was room for improvement in Leeds United under-18s, who achieved a 8-0 home loss to Manchester United. 8-0. And they have improved because they've now only achieved a 1-1 draw at Wolves under-18s. So
that sounds like a 6-goal difference to me. So, in terms of giving up 8 and only, being in a game with 2, that's better, right?
Yeah, true. To be fair, a lot of those players, not a lot, a couple of those players would have been playing in Leeds' first team last Saturday. So,
there you go. There you go. As Mr. Arsenal says here, trying to respond, that we've seen this from ESR when he had I guess when he had his 10-goal season.
Oh yeah, he might be finding a bit more form again now. But let's be real, when he was with us, after his surgery, before he went to Fulham, he was not very good. Let's just be honest with that.
Yep. Chris Nix joins us, and is he West Ham this weekend or is he Liverpool?
The West Ham slag is here.
Do you know one of my favourite things that Chris Nix does, in all seriousness, is I see that, Stefan. That's partly why I said it. So anyway, the favourite thing that he does is as soon as Arsenal concedes, he then decides to make his appearance on the Mr. Arsenal podcast. Even though he's been sat there for 4 hours at that point. Hey, here's what it is, Stefan. I speak facts. When my team lose, a week later, I'll reveal it that happened. Anyway,
Yeah.
but
Yeah,
it's
we
what
had
it is.
you know what, we had a big surprise yesterday. I got to watch it. The Arsenal women won 5-0 last night. And it's a welcome sight. I think they had it in them all along, but we actually are seeing it. And hopefully that's a sign of things to come because the men need to be scoring as well. And be nice to open up that bank account called scoring a lot on a Chelsea team that, many think have a chance. And we need to shut the door on that thought. And the way to do that is to shut them up. And supposedly we have, of course, there's referee watch. And so we know who the referee is going to be. And the only way to combat that is to score goals. Hopefully Arteta has an answer for that as well. But
Yes.
no, it was a good game from the women. 5 different scorers. They probably could have scored 8 easily. They had some goalkeeper had to make some really good saves. So yeah.
Just a quick fact for Russ Morgan's benefit. Did you know that Florida State Seminoles?
You know what? I'm going to mute you right there because you just you know what? Sorry, Lord.
No, genuine question.
No,
Did you
no, it's
know
not a
that
genuine
they
question.
have
It's a terrible question.
222 All-Americans?
It's a terrible question. Nobody cares. Nobody actually needs to know any of this information.
How many of them
This is not a show for
does
that.
Russ know?
This is a terrible. You're going down. No.
Russ, name one of the
No,
All-Americans from Florida State.
Please stop.
I bet he can't give me even one.
You know what? Nobody cares.
Is that Ron Simpson?
Oh crap! You too.
Ron Simpson. Yeah, correct. Probably. Let me double check.
Yeah, we're Villa and Brighton fans tonight. You know what? I don't cheer for anybody, Ryan. You know how this works. We cheer
He's
for
in
losses.
the College Football Hall of Fame as well.
Oh, you know what?
God damn
Nobody
you, Harry.
cares. Stop talking.
I got no respect for
No.
your football Hall of Famers.
This is just terrible. Why do people listen to me? I tell you, it gives me pain. You keep bringing it up.
It'd be like if Junior Firpo was a Leeds United Hall of Famer and I say again in 5 years' time, stop bringing him up. It gives me pain. He was very good for my team. Stop it. It upsets me. Stop it.
Chris Nick is in the house and he's doing what he's we'll see if West Ham loses today. He said he's at the London Stadium with his shirt on. So I don't know why why we keep saying he's a West Ham fan. I don't know. That kind of is he just undercover?
He's probably a bit schizophrenic.
Yeah.
According to Live Scores app, West Ham have now had 2 shots on target.
Wow.
Goalless still.
West Ham, absolute trash.
Gary, it's half time, and as host of the trip, I feel it should fall upon you to read out the halftime football scores.
All right, so we'll start from the top, and or do we want to start from the bottom?
I like a bit of bottom.
All right, we'll start from the bottom. All right, people, here we go from the bottom. Do we want to really go all the way to the bottom? Like, do we need Nations League, or do we want to just start with League 2?
Just make sure you include the Northumberland Disabled League.
Okay. Well, all the scores there are 0-0. Nobody can get across the line. Sorry.
That's true.
I'm just
That's
like,
true.
I didn't even want to. I really shouldn't have responded.
The hell there, mate.
I didn't really want to respond to that at all, but I did. I'm sorry.
Not much goal scoring in the Northumberland Disabled League. There's a lot of standing around and dribbling, but not that kind of dribbling.
So here we go. We're gonna start all the way from the bottom, like the Lord said.
Just get the lube ready.
In the Nations League, Aldershot lost 2-0 at home to Wealdstone. They lost 2 players to red cards, so I guess they kept their score close. York at home wins 5-3 over Hartlepool. Clyde, I believe, wins 1-0 over Gateshead. Boston and Dagwood drew to a 1-1 draw. East Leg has 1-0 over Braintree. Braintree is a station in Boston. I know that much. Halifax wins 1-0 at home over Woken. Man, they woke, man.
That's a woke team. We hate them.
Yes, yes. Maidenhead loses at home to Forest Green 2-0. Roxdale and Sutton drew to a 1-1 score. Solihull Moors wins 2-0 at home to Altrincham. I'm just
Altrincham.
yeah, whatever you just said. I'm not going to get that. South End United drew to Yeovil. Yeovil? I don't know how you say that.
Yeovil.
Yeah, Yeovil. South End lost a man to a red card. Tamford loses at home to Ebbsfleet. And later on, we've got Barnet and Oldham. All right. We're going to move all the way into League Two. Walsall Crew, 0-0 draw at half. Transmere up 1-0 on Newport. There you go.
Go Transmere. What a binary result.
There you go.
Binary.
MK Dons and Swindon, 1-1 draw at half. Gillingham, Port Vale, 0-0 draw. Fleetwood is up 1-0 on Bradford at home. Doncaster is losing at home 1-0 to Notts County. Chesterfield is losing at home to Accrington 1-0. Cheltenham and Bromley is 0-0. Bromley's down a man, so we'll see what happens there. Borough is up 1-0 on Colchester at home. Wimbledon is losing at home to Grimsby 1-0. And games that have finished in League Two, Salford loses at home to Carlisle. And Harrogate loses 1-2 to Morecambe. In League One, Wigan losing at halftime to Wycombe. Stockport is up 1-0 on Bolton at home. Stevenage is up 1-0 on Reading. Peterborough United is up 4-0 at home to Cambridge. Leyton Orient is up 1-0 at home to Blackpool. Exeter and Charlton 0-0. Crawley up 1-0 against Huddersfield. Bristol Rovers is up 1-0 over Lincoln. Birmingham Northampton 0-0 draw. And the early matches, Wrexham wins 1-0 home to Mansfield, and Burton wins 2-0 over Shrewsbury. All right. In the championship, Sunderland is up 2-0 on Coventry at home. Portsmouth is up 2-0 on Preston at home. Norwich is losing to Bristol City 1-0. Leeds is up 1-0 on QPR. Derby, Plymouth 1-1 draw. Stoke, Millwall 1-1 draw. Middlesbrough ran away from Luton 5-1. Cardiff loses at home to Blackburn 3-1 there. And in the top of the league, in the Premier League, Brentford, Bournemouth 1-1 draw at half. Crystal Palace, Fulham. Fulham is up 1-0 on the road at Crystal Palace. West Ham, Everton 0-0 draw. Wolves are up 1-0 over Southampton. Later today, you've got Brighton and Man City. And then after that, you got Liverpool and Villa. Marquee games that anybody think Arsenal will sit 8? Is it 8 points back by the time this day is done?
If Liverpool wins, probably something like that, yeah.
Yeah, I think actually right now Arsenal is sitting 7 points back, so they could be 10 points back by the end of the day. Anybody think Arsenal can recover from a 10-point deficit on Liverpool if how this day ends?
Yes.
Lord Greenwood, what say you?
I think it's possible. Yes, likely not so much. Maybe we'll have to go on a very good run after Christmas. I think the only good thing really at the moment is that we will, after Christmas, have a decent run of games where we are not playing the top teams. We're getting all the top teams now before Christmas, most of them away. So we'll have a better run after Christmas, and we'll have most of the top teams at home in the second half of the season, which will definitely give us a little bit of an advantage. Hopefully we can put a streak together and catch them. But the way we're looking at the moment doesn't look great, but I do think we're going to improve. I do think our form will improve. But by the time it improves, if the gap is too big, it's just so hard to catch these gaps now because it's just they're so consistent, right? Liverpool could be just as consistent as City this season. So yeah, it's going to be tough.
Yeah. Well, the one thing is we do play both teams, and we have opportunities to beat both teams. Yes, I think Liverpool will be on the road, but we have played them well enough to beat them on the road. Last season, we could have beat them on the road, and
we have City at home. We'll have City at home. We'll have Tottenham at home. We'll have Chelsea at home. So that's good. With all those games against these rivals, they will be at home in the second half of the season.
Yeah, I hear you. No, I mean, I think Arsenal will have to go on the run that City went on last season, where they didn't lose for like whatever the last like 6 or 7 months of the year of the season. Can they do that? I'm not sure. We're still waiting for consistency from back-to-back games. But joining us, Taib has joined us. Lord, do you know of the Taib?
Yes, he's a slag. Slag he is, but he's a great slag. He's a glorious slag.
There you go.
He's in my top 10 slags.
There you go.
Definitely.
Taib, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Kind of rushed through. There's been I saw Tony Todd the Candyman. Did they say he passed away? He may have passed away.
I learned that from BX Gunner, to be fair. You'd send me something about it.
Is that a wrestler? Is that a wrestler or something?
No, Tony Todd is an actor. He played the Candyman.
Oh, right. Yeah, my God, yes.
So is that the black guy who played? Is that the black guy?
Yes. Don't get me wrong, right? I'm not. When I say the word, he is a massive black dude, I could be talking about 7,000 people, but he is a massive dude.
Yeah, he had in that movie. He had almost the Freddy Krueger type like influence in terms of like you're scared of him, kind of like when Freddy.
Candyman is a classic horror movie.
He's also in my favorite Star Trek episode. I'm not a Star Trek expert, but he's in what I think is actually the best Star Trek episode, where he plays. It's one of them ones where one of the characters gets lost in time, and his son becomes older because he keeps appearing like every 20 years or something. And obviously he sees his son get older, but then when his son gets to adult age, he's basically at that point being played by Tony Todd. It's very sad. It's a great episode of television, but yeah, and Tony Todd was part of that. He's very good. He was also in Final Destination as the devil.
I could see that. Yeah.
He's
So basically, give me some props. I guess I'm saying some of these names correctly.
You butchered a few of them, Gary, but some of them you did well.
All right, cool. Well, I guess you guys will save that up for another day when I'm feeling good about myself.
Of course.
You did well, Gary. You passed the test.
There you go. Voice actor. Okay. All right. I don't know. All right. He was great in The Rock. He was in The Rock?
Yeah.
What did he play in The Rock?
Well, that's the movie with Sean Connery, isn't it?
Yeah, I know, but who played? Wait, who are we talking about here? Oh, Russ Venom, Rush. Oh, Venom. What?
I'll tell you who he played in that movie. Just give me a second. He was. He played Captain Darrow in The Rock.
Oh. Okay, I didn't know who that. I don't remember that role.
He's in the original Crow movie.
Okay,
the good one.
Candyman scared BX Gunner and his cousins, those kids. Yeah, Candyman was. That definitely was one of those scary movies, like almost like a low budget movie, I think, right? But it worked. Woo! And who's this guy? Is that Rodon? He headed it over the bar here.
Oh, of course he did.
Yeah, he's got to be able to put that on target. Rothwell with the free kick, and is that number 5? Is number 5 is Struik. Sorry, Stujic. Yeah, heads it over the bar there. So Leeds are having chances, and I hate when I have to say this, but Are they going to rue those missed
Well,
chances?
yeah, it has QPR go down the other end and score because we've had so many chances. But it is what it is. I can't do anything to change it. He also played General Benjamin Juma in 24.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we lost Quincy Jones this week. Like all these, we see like these stars just that happens in threes really quickly these days. So Quincy Jones was it? We Are the World, right? And all the other hits that he has made and won awards for. So.
I mean, the real best thing he ever did was that he sired Rashida Jones, who is a solid piece of business. To be fair to him.
You make it sound like it was some contractual thing.
yeah, I may have done, but no, but she's very good in the office, and obviously that doesn't happen if he doesn't exist. So
there you go. There you go.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, even Lonzo was scared of the Candyman. A goal for Cherry Coke. I don't know what that means.
Will Ferrell's at least. Oh, we're fucked. Nothing good ever comes when it's known that Will Ferrell is watching Leeds or is at Leeds. At Dairy. At Dairy try and jinx us by watching our team.
Oh, he was a mercenary in the Rock. Okay. Which way did he die? Oh, wait. I know how he died. Didn't he die when he was on the rocket? You're the Rocket Man.
Certainly.
Is that how he dies? Isn't that how he dies? You're the Rocket Man?
I can't remember.
Do you remember the Rocket Man?
Yeah, how can you forget the Rocket Man? William Shatner spoke it. It was great.
No,
Sorry, what?
I'm talking about in the Rock, dude.
Different. Rocket Man.
He's like, what is he? I forgot what he says. He says like, you know what? You're the Rocket Man. He's like, I don't like that, and he said the P word, music. And then he went for a ride.
Come on,
I think
Thriller, best musical work of our time.
Oh, you know what? Maybe it was the other guy, his partner. There was two of them. I'm gonna gut you, boy. That's what he says, right?
I've never heard something so threatening said so unmenacing by Gary. He's like, I'm gonna gut you, boy.
That's a different movie altogether. I think I got all my movies confused.
I've not seen The Rock, so I don't actually know. If
I'm gonna gut you, boy, because he says that when he's like laying there and he doesn't know what to do next. I'm gonna gut.
But William Shatner performing Rocket Man is the best version.
Oh, okay.
Best version, easily.
The latest role for Venom in the Spider-Man 2 game. All right, I don't know anything about that. Oh, all right.
So any nerds worry about shit like that.
Yeah.
Goes, I don't care about your nerd culture. Fuck off. Nerds.
Stefan's got some words of wisdom. Mr. Tommy, want to read them out?
I think Stefan's smoking his socks again.
Life is short and you've got to live it. Don't hurt anyone, but whatever you want out of life, get it. I mean, yeah, but to be fair, that kind of probably land you in prison.
Oh boy, I don't know if that's where he was going with it, but yeah. So we got a 2-2 draw in the Brentford Bournemouth game. I don't know why, as BX said, why they're showing the West Ham Everton match on this channel. It's called a goal zone, and the game they're showing got no goals in it.
Thank you, Ryan. Ryan sent me a clip of Tony Todd as Venom. I will watch that later. He also sent me Peter Griffin bears it all while eating spicy wings. Hot ones.
That just sounds like too much there. Too much information.
I'll probably watch both.
Yeah, he produced Thriller, but Prince
he did
was
produce Thriller.
Yeah.
But still, don't get me wrong, I'd much rather look at Rashida Jones in the cover of Thriller. She was very good in The Office. Like, it's not just about her. She's very good as Karen Filippelli in The Office, the American version. Very good.
Yeah. I did like The Rock and Executive Decision were two great movies. I did like them.
Is Executive Decision the one where, spoiler, Steven Seagal dies immediately?
Yes. He dies in he gets. Yes. You see his body getting flaring as the spy ship, the spy plane disconnects before the little tunnel is sealed.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that kind of happened in Meg 2. Yeah, guy takes one for the team.
I like the Meg 2. No, it's not good. but I like it.
I liked it. I don't know. I mean, compared to Meg 1, no, but Meg 2, I thought it was. I liked it.
I like that it knows what it is. Like when it, you know, it tries to set itself up like we're gonna be a serious movie, wink wink, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh look, there's little mini Megs running around the beach. It's like, I can't take this shit seriously. Like, but it knows I'm not supposed to.
My! Wolves score second goal from distance. Oh my gosh. Kuna with a shot from probably about 30 yards out. Just decides to take it, put his foot through it, goes to the far post. Goalkeeper not even close. Wow. Very nice. Wolves up 2-0.
So I'd like to take this time to basically eulogize Russell Martin.
Yeah, you know what? The
Because
fact that you
he's
haven't
not-
seen The Rock, I find that interesting that you haven't seen The Rock. Like you've
I've
seen
not.
all these other movies, but The Rock, no.
Tom,
Don't you like
you've
Sean
seen it.
Connery?
I love Sean Connery.
So why haven't you watched all these movies?
Right.
So did you like the one with Catherine Zeta-Jones? Did you like that one?
Oh, what, the Thomas
And-
Crown affair? Is that the one?
No.
Entrapment. Sorry, I'm thinking about the one with the other Bond, Pierce Brosnan.
Tom, I bet you had a slimy little wank to Catherine Zeta-Jones in that movie, didn't you?
When she was practicing?
I
when she
couldn't
was
have. I
practicing
never
at the-
watched it. I've not seen it. How can I have?
You've not seen Entrapment, and you've not
I've
seen
not
The
seen
Rock.
Entrapment. I mean, you see Entrapment all day long.
Oh my gosh! Now you're
On
just
the
going
internet.
there. This guy, you can't call yourself a movie buff if you haven't seen those two
You're a
movies. I'm
heathen.
sorry.
You're a heathen, Tom. An absolute disgusting heathen.
I've not seen 2 of the 4 billion movies that
Yeah,
exist.
that's right. You've seen a lot of crap, but you haven't seen like 2
course I've
quality
seen a lot of
movies.
crap.
Yeah. You should
I've
get.
seen
you should
Santa
get
with
shunned for that.
muscles. Of course, I've seen a lot of crap.
Yeah,
That's
Kurt
the
Russell
bit-
and Steven Seagal.
Santa with muscles is so bad. It's actually on the IMDb worst 100 movies. Congratulations, Hulk Hogan.
Yeah. What's the
God.
movie, Lord Greenwood? I don't know if you and Sam can talk, but it's the movie where it's Kurt Russell and Stallone.
Executive. Kurt Russell and Stallone is
Is that the one?
Stallone's. It's Kurt Russell ends up in the on the couch with Stallone's sister.
Tango and Cash.
Tango.
Tango
Cash.
and Cash.
Yes.
Tango and Cash. Yeah. Russ has got it. I love that movie. That was funny, especially the nerdy guy with the big glasses.
Yes. And Broken Arrow was good as well. And also Face Off. Face Off.
Yes.
with
I
Nicolas
like
Cage.
Face Off.
Where
Yes.
Nicolas Cage goes full Nick Cage.
That was
Cage.
great when he goes. That was great. ESR on a hat trick. Is that? Oh, okay. He's on a hat trick.
Give him the Ballon d'Or straight away. He's the best player ever since Maradona.
Yeah. You know what, Ryan?
Oh,
Did you send me
Visa.
clips, or am I not? Am I not at that level? I don't get the clips. Broken Arrow. I liked Broken Arrow. That was a good one.
I did watch 2
Is Broken
movies
Arrow
yesterday.
or is Broken Arrow the one where they say I don't want the guy who wants all the weapons. I'm scared for the guy who just wants one.
I think that's the one, yes.
Russ is going through his Vinnie Jones collection with Swordfish
Bingo and Cash,
gone in
yeah.
60 seconds. It's probably about the same Mean Machine.
Here we go. The ball's into the box. Southampton chips it over the goalkeeper. Goal. Sorry, not Southampton. That is Brentford. Brentford is up 3-2 on Bournemouth. How does Bournemouth beat? I guess you use up all your chips, right? On is he offsides? He might be offsides, but they use up all their chips on Arsenal and City.
The
They might-
condemned. I don't know. How did I know he was going to go through his Vinnie Jones catalogue?
Yeah, Swordfish. I think I've seen the beginning of that. I don't think I saw all of that. That's the hacker one, isn't it?
Yes.
All right, gone in 60
Vinny's
seconds.
in all 3 you've named, sir.
Yeah.
All 3, sir.
You don't know who Venom is, Gary? I don't know who the character who plays Vinny Venom is. I don't really care personally because I don't see his face. I see Venom. So there you go.
Well, Tom Hardy's shown a lot.
No. I thought he was talking about the guy who plays Venom, not the guy who not
Well,
the
Tony
Hardy
Todd-
character.
Yeah, Tony Todd was the voice of Venom. On
Oh, is that all he was? Is just the voice? Oh, okay.
Yeah, in the animated in the computer game, but obviously in the
I know
movie,
it's Thomas
Tom
Hardy. I
Hardy
thought he
and
was
Venom are-
talking
yeah.
about the Tony guy.
I saw a movie called Gone in 60 Seconds once. It was a documentary about Tom at the Chinese buffet.
I thought, you know what? I'm glad you went to the buffet version of that one because there's another version, and I really did not want to hear that one again. I mean,
You sure, Gary?
I'm very sure I don't want to hear that one again. Please do not relive that one. Don't. It's okay. Nobody needs to hear it.
Okay, Gary.
No, nobody needs to hear that one. Please. You only realized that Vinny was in both movies. No, Vin.
Just such a glorious little Barbados boy.
When he says Vinny, he means Vinny Jones, right?
Yep.
But Vinny Jones in Snatch was, at least for me, one of the best.
Bullet Tooth Tony. Billy, what are you doing, Tony? What are you doing? I'm driving my car along with your head stuck in the window. What the fuck do you think I'm doing?
And the best is like the fact that you have replica all on the side of your on the side of your gun, and mine says
Desert Eagle .75.
That's a great movie. That's a good movie.
That's brilliant. It's brilliant.
Yeah. Lauren Greenwood, do you think Mr. Crapex will win his last?
Well,
race?
It brings me on to this little story I have. I was very recently in the Philippines on one of my little scouting trips, and I was in this very remote village, and I was walking along a little path, this / road in this remote village, and there was this tuk-tuk on flames, absolutely on flames. It was exploding, and on the side of the road / trail, there was this man in a helmet, and he was lying there in flames. And I said, "Who are you?" And he said, "I'm Martin Crapex Jr. That's who I am," he said. So he's probably going to crash and burn, as he always does, because he's shit.
And nobody needs to know. I don't even know. Nobody knows who that is, but they know who Crapex is.
Nobody knows who Martin Crapex Jr. is. He's such a shit driver. I don't think even his own fucking team knows who he is.
Russ is correct.
Yeah, one of the best is the commando. Where did he go? I let him go.
It's not. No. No. He's like, Sully, you're a funny guy. That's why I'm going to kill you last.
Yes.
And then he's like, Matrix, you said you was gonna kill me last. I lied.
Yes, beautiful. And talking about
the best is when I forgot the actress's name, but when she pulls up in the little car and they like just look at her, and then she pulls out the rocket launcher.
That's Tommy Chong's daughter.
That is whose?
Tommy Chong's daughter.
That is Tommy Chong's daughter. Yes, Raydon Chong.
Those
right,
movies.
yeah.
You know, I know her from. She's from Beach Street.
Those 90s movies.
Commando.
I know her from that, but I also know her from Beach Street. For those who are into the hip hop, rapping, dancing kind of
I eat
movies.
green berries for breakfast.
Yeah.
I tell you what, those 90s movies were glorious. What an incredible decade for action movies.
Yeah. And then was it the last Soldier? Right, that's another one that was it The Last Soldier? The one with Bruce Willis? Oh my God, they almost got scored on. He lobbed it just over the post there. That's good.
Sorry, who almost got scored on?
Leeds almost got scored on.
Sorry,
they left that ball in the box a little too long. He got a clean look at the goal, but
I did that once, Gary.
You got a clean look at the goal and you missed it. You just hit
it I left my ball in the box a bit too long.
The fact you could even get your ball in the box in the first place is it should be the true story here.
If there's a will, there's a way.
I see. Biology and physics, I suppose.
There you go. And Stefan is talking about some other shows, but we're not talking about these types of shows.
Well, this is what Stefan's like. He's a reprehensible slag. He just goes into the gutter straight away. I've never seen anything like it. Gutter mind on this man is a sheer gutter mind.
Would you guys? Okay, tell me this. If you go back in time, Jesse Ventura or Schwarzenegger.
Well,
Do you think Jesse Ventura would have been able to pull off Conan?
No, I mean,
Yes.
Conan was made. I think Conan was made for that. Come on. I mean, sorry, Schwarzenegger was made for that role, wasn't he?
Or he could have played Conan, but he would have obviously been like, can Conan wear tie-dye?
Yeah, I just it just sometimes the role fits, the casting works, and it works really well. Conan,
True.
I
In all
like
seriousness.
Conan. I don't know Jesse Ventura in Predator. That's where he fits in perfectly, right?
Yes.
Yes.
But
Yeah,
not
it
in
are.
not in Conan. I think is a little bit. That's just a little bit out of his range. I think.
Do you know to wind up Jesse Ventura, because obviously they do get along, but obviously that whole shoot would have been like, it was the film, apart from one woman, the film is all blokes, right, in the jungle, essentially.
Yeah.
And they all got the shits but Arnie was obviously clever enough to have his food flown in. So he was like the only
I
one
saw
that
something
didn't have
about like they wanted him to have like sex with the lady for some reason. And he's like, I don't think that's going to work in this movie. I don't think we need to have that scene in this movie.
She only functions for basically showing the movie, like, why, after a while, you're like, why isn't it killing her? For them to learn that because she's not holding a gun is the only reason the predator is ignoring her.
Yeah.
That's her true function in the film. But my thing with it is, I have no idea if it's true, probably is that Arnie, to wind up Jesse Ventura, would turn up to the gym at 4 a.m. Sorry, because they would all go to the gym and stuff, obviously. But he turned up 10 minutes before Jesse Ventura did and would have himself covered in water to make it look like he had actually been there all night doing the workout, just to see what Jesse Ventura did.
I love stories like that.
I don't know. I know it's a little different, probably not at the same quality as Predator, but I actually did like Predator 2. But
Predator 2 is really good. It's really good.
Yeah. Like I liked up to the point where like I thought the ending was kind of a little cheesy, but up to the point where they're like they're trying to catch him, and then he's going after all of them, right? And then he lets the female cop live because she's with child and all of that.
Yeah.
So he does have a heart.
Yes. They have a code, don't they? And they stick to it. But
there's a movie coming out next year sometime. I saw the first trailer for it. It looks pretty damn good, and it's the biography movie of Marlon Brando and Billy Zane. Billy Zane is playing Marlon Brando.
Billy Zane.
He looks exactly like in makeup. He looks exactly like Marlon Brando. It's scary.
Billy Zane's my favourite shit actor.
He fits Marlon Brando's looks to the T. He's absolutely amazing. Check it out. It looks really good.
All right. So for those who wanted to know, welcome to the show, Brownie. He actually did. He actually did a day's work. I think he's been in Australia for what, like 5 months, and he finally
slag down under. He's doing some work now.
Zoolander.
Is that enough pay to cover you for the rest of your time there? Or I'm just wondering how you're doing.
They pay him in shitcoin.
How much is that worth?
Shitcoin. I like how Lord Greenwood dropped the entire act to go. They pay me shitcoin.
Man. All right. Well, you know what, Brownie? It's good to see you actually doing some work. I'm happy to see that you're contributing to a building site. I don't know. It sounds a little scary having Brownie anywhere near a building that's not erect already.
He's probably constructing a brothel.
Questions where the answer is obviously no. What are the chances that building will ever be up to code?
Well, I didn't. You said code. I just said, will it actually stay up? So
there's no way I'm going to go into a building that Brownie's built. That's for sure.
You got Perot and James coming on. Our leads are going to try to finish this thing off. Hopefully, some of us are in the gutters, but looking at the bras. Okay. All right. I need. I don't know
He's a
who.
great director.
What
He
movies
really
has he done? Because I don't really know directors.
That's
Well, do you know
Very
Die Hard? Die Hard was intended to be a sequel to Predator, if I remember rightly, initially.
Die Hard and Predator. How are they on the same? One science fiction. One is just.
And no, but initially because Predator was so successful, they actually wanted, because he made both films. So and then they obviously changed. It obviously wasn't going to be a sequel to Predator. And there's a book from like 1955 that got made into a movie. Contractually, they had to ask Frank Sinatra if he wanted to be the star of Die Hard, because they were following on from this movie, which Frank Sinatra was the star of. And they had to offer. He wasn't ever going to say yes because he was far too old to do an action movie and be the star in it. But they had to offer it to him, and then they went, right, Frank ain't up for it. Let's go and see what Bruce is doing over on Moonlighting or whatever.
Yeah, I like Moonlighting. I like Moonlighting. That was a good show for those who watched, who got a chance to watch that back in the days.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's cool. Like I said, I don't know the Okay, that's cool. I like both of those. So there you go.
Yeah.
Did you wolf whistle the birds, Brownie? I don't know. What does that mean? Is that something I need to know? Probably not. Oh, did you whistle at the birds as they walk by? Brownie is a dirty man, so he definitely did that.
Definitely. There's no Brownie did that. Yes.
To answer the question of movies that John McTiernan made, because there's no way Gary hasn't seen some of these. He was the director of Predator, Die Hard, The Hunt for Red October.
You seen it?
Last Action Hero.
Saw it.
Die Hard with a Vengeance, obviously.
Saw that.
Thomas Crown Affair.
Saw that.
Rollerball.
I don't know if I saw that.
No one ever saw that. And Basic, which I believe was Colin Farrell and Al Pacino.
Mm.
And might be Travolta. Do excuse me. I'll double check. So yeah, Travolta, Samuel Jackson. Yeah, not Colin Farrell. Forget that. That's another one he did.
Yeah, Predator 1 and 2, very good. Yes, Stefano was too worried about spiders to even think about women this time. So nature is what Brownie is scared of.
I have seen Smoking Aces. It is good.
Yeah, it's rare when a movie and a sequel are great movies. That is true. Die Hard 1 and 2.
Me and Sam had this discussion on Thursday after the show. Die Hard 1, 2, and 3 are a great trilogy.
Yeah, and you know what? And the fact that they kind of changed the dynamic each time with the family, right? First it was the wife, then it was the daughter, then it was the son. So you get everything. You get the whole gambit, right? So so they did a good job there. And they all basically thought that dad was crazy and was going to do something stupid, and he does. He always does something stupid, but it's to save the people he loves. Billy is the man. Spiders, yeah. Tombstone, Titanic, and Demon Knight are fire. BX Gunner with some rare movies there. I don't know anything about Demon Knight. Oh, that should have been a goal.
Tombstone, Titanic, either. Sorry, was that, Gary?
Yeah, forget Brownie was in Australia. Yeah. Brownie is far away from us. And
Had you Writer scored? BX is man. Had you Writer scored?
This is definitely a reference to Fuller in Home Alone, isn't it?
Go easy on the Pepsi, or you'll piss the bed. That's actually the least of my worries of what I'll do to the bed.
You know what? Nobody needs. You know what?
There's a reason
before you walk in Mr. Tom's room. There's the toxic sign. on the door
Yeah,
of like certain buildings?
hazard. Yeah, biohazard. The biohazard signs on the
There's
door.
certainly an aroma. I'll tell you that.
And there's a reason why Tom's mattresses are covered in plastic. Let's put it that way.
Oh man, let's move on from this one. Brownie helped build the Olympic Village over in the 2000s, and it's still standing. Mm. Mm.
Damn, he actually made a part of the Olympic Village.
Do you know what the first 100 million movie was in terms of budget?
That was Waterworld.
Oh, okay.
The first one.
Yeah, Waterworld was the first movie over.
Smoking Aces. Who's in Smoking Aces?
In Smoking Aces, I think it's Ryan Reynolds. I think he's in it. I can't. He might have been in the sequel, but it's one of them ensemble pieces where like
it has all the stars in it, right?
Yeah.
Did you guys like the that one movie with the aliens and all the stars in it?
Sam, your answer is actually predated by a year because in 1994 we got True Lies by James Cameron.
Oh wow!
Which was actually the first 100 million budget movie.
I thought it was Waterworld.
Well, Waterworld has only actually made money in the 30 years since.
No, but you said budget to make the movie, yeah?
Oh, no, that's true. But I'm just saying it lost a lot of money at the time, though, didn't it?
Oh, yeah, Waterworld was a disaster. Absolute disaster.
It's only profitable for now because of home media and its notoriety.
Yes.
It's actually not a bad movie.
It was the most expensive movie made for a long time. It took a long time for them to beat that budget.
So it's okay. I'm gonna say because Mad Max would have been a similar type movie, but
Mad Max would have made a lot of money, but it didn't cost a lot of money to make it. The original one, I mean.
So, Lord Greenwood,
yes.
Question for you: have you ever made any movies outside of the stuff ones that everybody's familiar with? I guess
that I've made 171 movies, glorious movies, several award-winning movies. My latest movie I'm rather proud of. It's called Norma Does Norway. It's a lovely little tale about this. She's a 67-year-old woman called Norma, and she gets sexually gratified by 372 Vikings. And it's a great movie, a great story arc, incredible acting. The main actor is called David the Dildo, and he's glorious, absolute glorious actor. Yeah, so people should check it out. It'll be coming out on various streaming services in January.
Yeah, that just sounds like that's not what we were asking, but all right. Thanks for
some of the cast of Smoking Aces. If anyone was interested, Ben Affleck, Ryan Reynolds, Andy Garcia, Chris Pine, Common. We're all fans of Common.
Obviously. I prefer Uncommon.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. Jeremy Piven.
So what was the? Let me go to my question again. Do you remember what was the name of that movie that had the aliens in it, but then it had all the stars in it as well? The aliens
Mars
had
Attacks.
like these. What is it called?
Mars Attacks.
Mars Attacks.
Yeah.
Should also be. They kill Pierce Brosnan, don't they? The aliens, if I remember right.
Yeah, Mars Attacks has loads of cameos, big name cameos.
Or could Gary be thinking of Galaxy Quest?
No, not Galaxy Quest. It was definitely Mars Attacks. Yeah, definitely Mars
Attacks. Everyone in it had what was it? Jack Nicholson, Danny DeVito, Glenn Close, you name it. Martin Short.
Glenn Close is a great actress.
Yes,
and I always get her mixed up with Meryl Streep.
Yep, I can see that.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Also,
Are they both really good actresses? Yeah,
they're very good. Josh Duhamel and Timothy Olyphant are twins separated at birth. I don't care how many times they say they're not. They look like the same person.
Yeah. Arnie was king and he's still yeah. You know what? Arnie was perfect. It's not a Tuma. Come on. Kindergarten Cop. It's gotta be one of the best.
Oh, good old Arnie.
Kindergarten Cop. Oh, just sensational piece of business.
Yeah.
Where
Did you
it's
like? Did you like Brothers? Is it Brothers, right? Oh, Twins. Sorry, Twins.
Twins with
Twins,
Danny DeVito.
where,
Yes, good
Yeah.
movie.
do you know how many years they've actually wanted to do a sequel to Twins and basically have the third brother be black?
That would be funny.
Genuinely true, because they've written it. It's been out there for years because it was meant to be Eddie Murphy was the brother, then I think Tracy Morgan was the brother, and then Gary, you might even be the brother.
There you go. I could
Maybe.
do it. I could do it a couple with the change, man.
You could do. You could do.
Platoon. Everybody good with that one?
Yes.
What do I get? What do I get for $5? Right? That's Platoon. Is that Platoon? Or is that
No, you're thinking of Full Metal Jacket.
Full Metal Jacket? Sorry,
We
wrong
love
movie.
you long time.
The only reason why I know what do you get for $5 because it was
So
on the
horny.
True Life Crew soundtrack. So there you go. Something that's probably not PC right now. True Life Crew.
It's really not. It's really not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably not inaccurate though for the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Ocean's
not the time
11.
it
You
was
guys
made,
like the
I mean,
11s? I liked all of the 11s to tell you the truth. 11, 12, 14, and 8 even. I even liked 8. I like the women's version of it as well.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just liked them all. I mean, good cast, and you know.
My only issue with the women's one, and it's not what you could naturally assume I'm going to say, but it's the fact that they were never in any true jeopardy because they always had an answer for any potential obstacle. And it was like, how are we going to do this? It's like, oh well, so and so over here is an expert hacker. It's like, oh well, that's handy.
Well, yeah, they didn't have to. Nothing failed in front of us, and then we saw them just pivot. Right? They didn't have to pivot at all in the movie because they already had, like you said, they already had. They did. It was a little bit of a bait and switch as to how they're going to make all this money. But yeah, no, it was like I said, I liked it. It was a little. It was cleaner. It was clean, right?
Yeah,
it was clean. So
they were obviously executed a better heist than the original team.
Yeah, but when you're gonna steal 160 mil, you're gonna have to expect it's not going to be easy.
Well, that's why I think the heist itself was more enjoyable to watch in the original film because things went wrong, and and you only learn after the fact that they anticipated it, whereas they actually anticipate it in front of your eyes in the newer one.
True.
Because they're like, oh, well, we know if this happens, we'll just bring out Rihanna. I'm like, well, all right, lovely, and Anne Hathaway's also in on it with us. I'm like, well, lovely, because I'm sure the Arsenal fans will be thrilled.
There you go. True Lies was a good one. Yeah, we liked that one.
It was a good movie, but Tom Arnold really shouldn't have always been left in the van.
You're right about that.
It's unfair. It's unfair. Bullying.
There you go. There you go. I don't know whose false teeth he's talking about, Sam. You got I guess they're talking about your Norma movie.
Yes. No, she's not from Iceland. She's from northern Norway.
There you go.
I watched 2 movies yesterday. Red 1.
And you got to watch Red 2. So I like Red 1. I like Red in general. So good one.
The two. This is a new movie. As in Red 1, the word 1.
Yeah, okay.
I know what you're talking about because I've not seen that, but I've seen Red 2.
You haven't seen Red either? Oh, come on, dude. Come on.
I was given a DVD of it, and the DVD was dodgy, and it didn't work.
I don't know. Well, you went. I don't know about just because the quality. Nanto would have shot. Oh, right at the goalkeeper. But I don't know. You got to see. You got to see Red 1 and 2. Come on. How Transmere doing? Oh, we haven't even been doing the scores. So let's give you some scores here. We'll go to Transmere right now.
Cannot wait for it.
It is 2-1. Transmere is up on Newport at home. There you go. Let me give you some highlights of some scores. Fleetwood is still up 1-0 on Bradford. Let's see anything here that you want to I'm just going to give you some of the scores I think you want to hear. Sunderland, Coventry 2-2 draw. Portsmouth, Preston 2-1.
Really?
Sunderland is 2-2 with Coventry right now in the 85th minute. So
Coventry have scored.
Coventry just scored in the 84th minute, and we're in the 84th minute. So yeah,
Fucking don't throw it away, Leeds. Do not throw this
there
away.
you go. Leeds right now sit 2 points off the lead. As we stand, tied on goal difference. So there you go.
Sorry. I didn't mean to bring a rare flash of excitement.
Yeah, no, that was actually good to see. I actually want to see more of that. I want you to be happy about your football. Fulham is up 2-0 on Crystal Palace, who is down a man. Let's see. They're going to show the goal here. It's a ball into number 8. Don't know who that is. But, I guess I can tell you right here. Wilson scores the goal in the 83rd minute to give them the 2-goal lead. The manager for Leeds is putting his hands up in the air. I don't know if he's not liking how this thing is finishing off, but they still have a lead. 4 minutes to go. West Ham is still through 0-0 with Everton, and the Wolves are up 2-0 in Southampton. And Brentford still has a 3-2 lead over Bournemouth. So
we have brought on Joshua Villa-Gilavogi, the big fella in the heart of midfield. All 34 years of age of him.
So,
right, yes, that's information we didn't give a shit about.
All right, games are coming to an end here, so we're going to give you a breakdown on all the scores. All the scores here. Platoon was Platoon was great. Yep. Animal Farm. I've seen snippets of it. I don't think I've seen the whole thing of that.
I don't think you know what film is referring to here, Gary.
Oh no! Did I go there again?
Yes, you went straight into the trap, Gary. It's glorious. Absolutely glorious.
It's not a George Orwell version.
It's not the George Orwell version. Let's put it that way.
And Brown and oh no. Okay, well, I'm moving on. Napoleon and Animal Farm. I think that's not what that's. Napoleon is the pig, right? Maybe I'm reaching, or maybe I should stop. I'll stop. Yes.
Wild.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wild.
Yes. So Stefan, he knows. There you go. Ryan Reynolds, Alicia Keys, Common, Chris. Oh, you guys, I don't know what that is. You know what, Colonel Wood? I really don't want to know.
Smoking Aces.
Oh, is that okay? Lord Greenwood, question for you, I think, because you are friends.
Yes, he is in my he's in my sphere of influence. Fact of the week. What the hell is that? Does he mean fact of the week? Is he just being a bit dyslexic or something? I don't know. But yeah, Paul Potter's a bit busy. He's a very busy man, as you know. He's got a lot on his plate. He's a bit angry at the moment. He doesn't like dissent. He doesn't like disloyal people. So he's a bit busy lately. But you never know. He might make a return at some point if he's got time. You never know.
There you go. Brownie's going to give us some of his football analysis. Modern day player. He hates modern day players who obviously drop tools. Marks Robbins gets sacked, and then Coventry are drawing with the top of the league, Sunderland. The mindset of modern players is not good.
Brownie just wishes we still lived in the 80s, basically. That's Brownie.
Brownie misses a time where he can smash a random fan in the face and not get punished for it.
Yeah,
I'm not saying he's really like that. It's just a joke.
Well, didn't he have his hooligans card?
Yes.
Yeah, he kind of did. But I'm just covering myself.
Yeah, but the man had a hooligans card. He is who he says he is.
What's the name of that Chicago Bears coach?
It's a Minnesota coach.
Mike Ditka.
No, but it's a Minnesota coach who said it. But he was coaching, I think, Arizona at the time. Danny Green.
We are who we say we are.
I think it was Danny Green. Danny Green. Green is his last name, but I can't remember his first name. I think it was Danny Green. But yeah, we are who you said we are. Crap. Basically.
Who's the one? I can't remember his name, but who's the one who went playoffs?
Oh yes. Oh yeah. That is the Saints coach. That's man. What is his name? You got me now. I should know this one. Yes, I mean there's playoffs, and then there's like practice. We're talking practice. All that was around the same time. And I was Iverson. So yeah, lots of
Jim Mora. It's Jim Mora.
Jim Mora. That's right, Jim Mora was Saints coach.
Playoffs. We're lucky to even win a game. Playoffs.
Some pigs
Your
are bigger
wife
than
says
others, says Stefan. I don't think that was what I was thinking of, and what Brownie was thinking of, or whoever brought up Animal Farm. Oh
To
boy,
be fair,
Grenord. No,
Coventry would have kept Goykarez. Or is it Jokeres? Anyway, it's Jokeres, and it's not Goy. Anyway, they would have kept him had they beat Luton in the penalty shootout to get promoted.
So, Lord Greenwood, would you take Eucharist, or would you think Isaac or Ottoman?
I would definitely get
Coventry.
Jokeres. I definitely would. I think he's a very good striker. He'll probably suit our style quite well. But I just have no belief that we'll get him. I think all the big teams are going to go for him in the summer, and I just can't see him choosing Arsenal. I really can't.
It should be so easy, though. They don't have to worry about the fee. They know what it is. They just have to sell him.
Yes, we have the money. We have the money for it. His release clause is 60 or 70 million, something like that. But the problem is that all the big clubs in Europe are going to go for him, and I just don't think he'll choose us.
Yeah.
Random question: do you know who Coventry got him from?
Well, it's got to be. Is it a Swedish club? Yeah.
No, it's not.
Okay.
No, it's not a trick. It's not a trick or anything. They got him from Brighton.
Oh wow!
Wow. You know, it's weird how and those are the types of teams that take chances on players and just take a little bit of snippets of them, their talent, and then bang, bang, bang. Next, they're big time. So
he basically fell to Coventry, and then scored some goals for him, and then obviously, then chanced it in the the Portuguese Premier League. I mean, admittedly, I think it is starting to be exposed a bit in the fact of it became the new fashionable place to buy your players from for a time, didn't it?
Mm.
But it's become like, but you're buying them from the big three clubs there, which basically it's like buying, you know what I mean? Like they're not getting proper competition at an elite level, as you found out with Fabio Vieira, in my opinion.
Yes, he's been a stinker.
You know what? He needed football. He wasn't going to get it from Arsenal, and he was not not the right profile player to begin with. You know what I mean? So I think whoever scouted him as a potential answer to questions that Arteta has, was wrong. And we saw that day one, right? I don't know, like we're like, is he even going to be able to hold up in the league? And obviously not. He hasn't been healthy. Colonel, let me know when you watch. Oh boy. Okay, sorry. Damn it.
Ron Burgundy.
No. You know what? You know what? Okay. All right. Tell me this. What was the movie with boy? What was it called? Bachelor.
Got to give us a hint, Gary. Give us a.
Bachelor. All I know is one of the phrases is that we're going to have fire trucks and women and fire trucks.
Leeds have scored. It's 2-0. It's 2-0.
Yeah, they did score.
Thank
Sorry.
God.
Yes, they scored in the 95th minute. They're up 2-0. They sit 2 points off the lead with a goal difference advantage.
Lovely jabbly.
Yes. What is that movie called? I think it has. Who's the guy? I think does it have probably. Gutenberg in it? I think it has Gutenberg in it.
Bachelor Party, according to
Bachelor Party. Yes. Anybody see that one?
That's with Tom Hanks, isn't it?
Is it Tom Hanks or is it Gutenberg? I don't know.
That's one of Tom Hanks' early movies, I believe.
That was a good one. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what my mind is gone here and now, but I think it was just Stripes that they had the egg beater. Was it Stripes?
I can't remember.
Bachelor Party.
Stripes is with is that with Bill Murray?
I think it's Bill Murray, but it had the remember the egg beater?
Can't remember that.
You don't remember that scene?
Who cares? Perot scored.
There you go. Leeds
Ross
are doing
Perot,
well.
the dead third-party candidate from America.
Yep. I voted for Kodos.
Yeah, you can
So
tell
anyone
Tom
knows.
gets his fats from the football with brownie socials. There you go.
I get
Yes.
some of them from that. I get some of them through fucking opening my eyes and just paying attention to the football world.
Is that
Wow.
what you do, Tom? Is that really what you do? Really?
Nah, I
Fulham.
got it
Hey,
from
guess
Brownie.
what? The
Got it
guy
from
that
Brownie.
came on and scored the brace for Fulham has now scored another goal. So there you go.
Wilson's having a good week, hasn't he? Because
Yes, he
the
is.
2 goals he scored in injury time against or what are they called, Brentford.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
hilarious. I loved it, and I hate Fulham, but I love that because I hate
Yeah,
Brentford.
it was a crazy
more.
comeback that was for sure. So very
I was
nice.
thrilled, even though
West,
I'd bet on Brentford to win.
yeah, West Ham and Everton finished 0-0. So there you go.
I'm just waiting for Sunderland to score.
There you go.
Of
Sunderland to
course they're
score
gonna.
one more. That puts you 2 goals up on goal difference. But what is it? Gary won't admit
Full-time
it.
at Ellen Road.
He got rich off Taboo moonlighting as Billy
Typo.
Blanks
Oh
in the
my
90s.
god. Yeah.
Dude, I don't have that body, man. So no.
Do you know how old I was when I realised his name was Billy Blanks instead of Billy Banks? A lot older than you'd think
Yeah.
for someone who
Yeah.
saw those Tybo, that's what they call them, infomercials, to use an
Yeah,
American
it's crazy
phrase.
how long ago that is, and now you've got all these like boxing, everybody's into this boxing thing and all of that, and he kind of started one of those things where it was like taking these fighting skills into the exercise world. Yeah, because what was it? Jane Curtis, right? She did that one, the one movie with was it Sylvester? Not Sylvester, but who's the guy from the Cotta show? Mr. Cotter. Wasn't it? Who was it? Jane Curtis was like a jazzercise star. Remember?
You mean Jane Fonda?
No, Jamie Lee Curtis.
Oh, Jamie Lee Curtis. Yeah, she was gorgeous.
Remember that? Remember that she was a jazzercise lady?
Yes. No.
God,
I
yes.
remember a lot of things about Jamie Lee Curtis, and it's not anything you're saying.
No, she had.
Basically, her in the mirror in Trading Places.
I thought you were gonna say that. I thought you were gonna
Trading
say
Places.
Yeah.
True Lies. True
No,
Lies.
no, it was Jamie Lee. It was an early. It was an early movie when she had. It was a jazzercise. She had like the leg warmers and all of that.
Yes, glorious.
Yeah.
I forget the name of the movie now, but a Perfect or something like that. I don't know. They're
Oh,
showing the end
Tango,
of the
hilarious.
Coventry match right now. Irons, Jeremy Irons. I like him. I don't know if that's what you meant by that.
They
But
must be playing until Sunderland score rules.
well, it's there's 9 minutes of extra time, so you might be right.
Of course there is. Of course there is. But is what it is.
Yeah.
I'm not actually doing the true conspiracy thing because Sunderland are not allowed to lose at home, obviously, and my goalkeeper made sure of that.
Well, you know what? They got less than a minute to go here, so let's see. He's got a long ball from the goalkeeper. See where this one goes. Coventry is going to boot it into the attacking side.
I wish we'd done that.
Oh boy, no, it's back. Oh, they've got a throw in coming in here at midfield. Coventry is gonna. Here we go.
Birmingham won. Wrexham also won.
Yeah.
So Wickham are actually top of League One. I didn't realise that. That's impressive.
Ball's into the box. It's out of the box. Ball's into the box. Headed out of the box.
Come back next week for more box talk from Gary.
Gary loves a box.
Oh, we got about 10. We got about 10 seconds here, Mr. Tom. You might be able to Hold on. Stay close here. Let's see.
I mean, I'm pretty sure
Uh oh,
Sheffield
long
United are going
ball,
to win
and it's
tomorrow.
over. And it's over.
So congratulations! Now the game is finished. I can comfortably say I'll congratulate Rudoni for scoring the equaliser for Coventry. I take everything back I've always said about you being a dirty dog bothering bastard. Because he used to play for Huddersfield.
Mm.
He's not very good, but today he was all right.
Well,
I might forgive him.
maybe.
I'm not going to forgive him.
Nah, we don't like them.
Yeah.
Slags.
Yeah. So Will Ferrell may have actually seen a Leeds win for once. So
there you go. You take that. You're taking that, right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I was going to start a petition to have him banned from Ellen Road, but
there you go.
Is what it is, I suppose.
And the start of Gary's football pain could be in a few minutes. The Gators play Texas in a couple minutes here. It's actually a 11 a.m. game and in Texas because of course Texas is an hour behind us. So this would be an early game for them. But with that in mind, let's Mr. Tom, you want to do the scores or?
You know what, Gary? I'd actually love to do the football scores to give your voice a rest from.
Thank you, sir.
Trying to get the names correct, of which you are. Be it sounds right, you are genuinely improving. Brentford 3, Bournemouth 2, Crystal Palace 0, Fulham 2. Sorry, this is your FA Carling Premiership, of course. West Ham United 0, Everton 0, Wolves 2, Southampton 0. Again, Russell Martin is going to need to find somewhere else to live over the international break because he will not be the Southampton manager coming out of this the other side of it. And Chris Nix, we all know he's currently bonking Lucy Pinder. Save yourself your finger time typing it out. But actually take that time to actually type up Lucy Pinder on Google and you'll see why he's done all right there. Anyway, the FA Northumberland Disabled League, sponsored by Lord Greenwood. Cardiff City 1, Blackburn Rovers 3. Middlesbrough 5, Luton Town 1. Stoke City 1, Millwall 1. Derby County 1, Plymouth Argyle 1. Leeds United 2, Queen's Park Rangers 0. Norwich City 0, Bristol City 2. Portsmouth 3, Preston North End 1. And Coventry City got a 2-2 draw at Sunderland. Sunderland, go fuck yourself. And League One, I never said I was professional this. League One, Burton Albion 2, Shrewsbury Town 0. Wrexham 1, Mansfield Town 0. Fucking hell. Birmingham City 1, Northampton Town 1. That must have been a late goal. 96th minute, Northampton scored it. Sorry. Bristol Rovers 1, Lincoln City 1, Crawley Town 2, Huddersfield Town 2, Exeter City 1, Charlton Flegg 0, Leyton Orient 3, Blackpool 0. Leeds United's Sonny Perkins scored a goal for Leyton Orient there, so congratulations there. Peterborough 6, Cambridge United 1, Stevenage 1, Reading 1, Stockport County 5, Bolton Wanderers 0. Sorry about that, Tarek. And Wigan 0, Wickham Wanderers 1. And your FA League 2, Harrogate Town 1, Morecambe 2.
Right.
There you go.
Great stuff. Great, glorious.
Salford 0, Carlisle United 1. AFC Wimbledon 0, Grimsby Town 1. Barrow United 1. Colchester United 1. Cheltenham Town 1, Bromley 1. Chesterfield 0, Accrington Stanley 3. Doncaster Rovers 1, Notts County 1, Fleetwood Town 1, Fleetwood Mac 0. No,
Fleetwood Mac, yes.
Yeah. Gillingham 1, Port Vale 0. MK Dons 3, Swindon Town 1, Tranmere Rovers 2, Newport County 1.
Tranmere, what a lovely binary result there.
Yeah. And Walsall 1, Crewe Alexandra 0. You don't want to do National League, do you?
No, don't bother.
So Scottish Premier. Who scored for Real Madrid anyway? Oh, Vinicius Junior got 3 goals, and Ben. You know what? I don't respect Real Madrid because if you do well, they won't turn up to congratulate you. So fuck them.
Yes, slags, absolute slags. Any scores from the Grace McEwen Methadone Clinic League?
Yep, I have exactly that. Dundee United 3, Ross County 0. Hibernian 1, St Mirren 2, Motherwell, she's fine thanks, 2, St Johnston 1, and Aberdeen versus Dundee FC is kicking off at 5:30. They'll go top of the Scottish Premier League, the Grace Methadone Premier League. So
wow,
let's hope that
Aberdeen are doing well.
They you know what? Despite what we say about that, they genuinely are doing well. But obviously, it's a case of we're just waiting for it to penny to drop in it. So
yes,
they are currently 9 points ahead of Rangers.
Wow,
that's
good going.
I mean, to be fair, I'm quite ready to call it that Aberdeen are probably not going to be relegated from the Grace Methadone League. So,
yes,
is what it is. I'm getting worried about Ross County though, because they're only 4 points off the bottom. So that's a lot of points in the Grace Methadone League though. So
absolutely,
lots of scores.
Sorry, Gary.
No, you can continue on. You're
no. I'll finish my nonsense.
We'll finish now with the Grace McEwen Methadone Clinic League.
So there you go, folks. Those are all the scores of the day that matter.
Yes.
Hey, do you guys think Real Madrid will actually make it work?
Don't know. They lost 2 games very recently. Don't know. They seem to be a bit up and down.
Oh, I'm pretty confident they'll win the Champions League though, because this new Champions League format has actually made it even easier for the top sides to actually make it to the last stages. I know there are more games between the big clubs. I get that. I understand it. But, for example, Real Madrid, correct me if I'm wrong, but obviously they did lose in midweek, but they're still going to qualify for the next stage because there's more margin for error, is there not?
But they're both like Real Madrid, Bayern Munich. I don't remember. I think it's maybe Bayern Munich was, but they were both sitting in that 20+ range in regards to positioning. And it's only 24 teams make it, but I know they still got time to make it, but they are sitting deep in that in the qualifying spots right now.
Yeah, but what invariably will happen is they're currently, to my knowledge, they are on 6 points, are they not? Yeah, so so Villa are sitting in the bottom of the actual qualify spot. They're 8th, right? So, but they're only 3 points in front of Villa of Real Madrid. So, to my understanding, I think the actual, the playoff round where 9 to 24. I think the way it will work is they'll actually do it in a seeding based thing where 9 will play 24.
Yep.
And 10 will play 23, kind of thing like that.
Yep.
So,
worse for Arsenal could be if they don't improve their positioning and Real Madrid falls back a little bit. They could actually have to play Real Madrid in those knockout rounds. And I mean, I expect Real Madrid to move up, but Arsenal needs to move up as well.
Yeah.
Be nice to be in that top 8. I mean, here's the thing. Once again, Inter, a team in the top 8, they needed to beat to move into the top 8. They didn't do it. Now they play Sporting, a team who is sitting. Where are they sitting? Sporting is sitting now second.
They're second.
If they were to beat them, I don't think on goal difference they would trump them, but at least they would be tied on points. That's the thing right now. Sporting is sitting second, and they're a loss from being tied. You know what I mean? So it's I guess that's what they wanted, and they're getting it. It doesn't, these games can switch from week to week.
Yeah, it's true.
The league table will switch from week to week. I
1995.
mean, there are, let's see, from 10th through 15, 10 through 16 teams on 7 points. If they were to win their games, they could jump in the top 8. With if they're playing one of those teams in the top spots. So it's
I agree with Brownie, as in the new Champions League is terrible at the moment, but it's going to be really exciting in January when the matches actually matter.
Yeah.
Yes, because the last, especially the last couple of games when you have to really get results you want to get into the qualifying spots.
Exactly. Like right now, I could be wrong. Obviously, my team's not in it, but from what I'm watching, it's basically the matches are being played at like exhibition level state. In the fact that deep down, as long as you win a couple, you're going to be in the hunt come January anyway. But I know
the last game will be
not trying, but
the last game will be
games,
brilliant.
Sorry, Sam. Sorry, mate.
I was just going to say the last game that they play in the league stage is going to be really entertaining because basically it could be so tight in the table that that last game there's so many teams that could qualify basically, so it'd be really interesting to see what happens.
That last game, they all get played at the same time.
Yep, crazy.
Every game.
Crazy.
That's why you want to be in the top 8 at that point. But no, I don't know. I mean, you know what? I think everybody thinks it's crap now, but I think going forward, if we continue right, it will. Because like we're looking at it right now, and it changes from 1 week to the next. I mean, I don't know what you want out of that's entertaining, depending on if you're in it, right? If you're watching it, it's probably not, because there's no like home and away kind of feel. You know what I mean? But I think it's good that you don't play the same. Everybody just plays random teams. You're all going to play a top team twice. You're all going to play a crap team in terms of positioning twice. So there's no everybody has the same opportunity.
Yeah, not everyone plays Villa.
No, but think about it. Teams that were playing Real Madrid were probably thinking, guess what? This could be, what is it? One team has played Villa and Bayern, I think, has beaten both of them, or at least got points off of both of them. And you would have thought that would have been a tough. Yeah. So I think it's been in that case, it's kind of been, it leaves it's open, right? It's a lot more open now. And it's not like set in stone. Look, Real Madrid's going to win their group, right?
Yeah, it's more, there's more variation of the places, and it's not like I said with the group stage. It was so boring because it's so often the same teams, and you knew who's going to qualify after 2 games. Basically, now you still don't know who's going to qualify. Until the last couple of games, really.
Yeah.
Or even the last game.
To be fair, only 5 teams have no points. So Red Bull Leipzig, Sturm Graz, Young Boys, I don't know what they're called now. They used to be Croatia Zagreb. Can't say what they're called. Slovan Bratislava. 4 games, 4 losses.
Yeah.
But
so other than that, there's arguments.
And you know what? They're 5 points off of the spot to go to the next round. So it's not right. Yeah, it's 5 points. So Yeah.
No,
they still got 3 more games. Still got 4 more games to get at least 5 points, and maybe that gets them in. but it sounds like probably you need like 7. I think is the number 7 or 8 or something like that. I think.
Generally speaking, through playing on Football Manager, you tend to need to actually get in the top 8. You generally need 15 points. Like at best, you can probably get 13. You may be able to squeak in, but generally speaking, you need 6 wins of your 8. Obviously, the threshold becomes a lot lower when you want get in the top 24.
Mhm.
Yeah, that sounds right. Red Star Belgrade. My apologies. Former winners of the Champions
You know,
League.
you say that you say 6. You said what 6 wins?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean that's a minimum. Like if
you get 6
to be
wins, you're
top heavy.
in. But like I think you could go in with 4 wins. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, the interesting part is the 9 to 24, because that they go into playoffs, and so there's going to be so many different teams. That 9 to 24 just opens up more. It just opens up more competition for the later stages. Basically, that's what I feel it does.
What? Yeah, you're right, Sam. What I think the actual prize is for finishing top 8 is not actually the qualification for the next round. It basically means you get 2 weeks off in terms of not playing matches on 2 match days, because obviously there's going to be 16 teams that are playing, and you don't have to. Essentially, that's the actual prize for finishing the top 8.
And and I think I kind of feel like it's not a detriment as much, especially if you start really, really slow. Right? If you're like City and you come on strong late in the season, right? Those games don't mean much to you. If you're rolling, like when City is rolling late in the season, potentially it might be games that they need anyways when they finally are healthy enough to put together a strong 11. So some teams will benefit from it, I think, and some teams will think it's a little bit too much. A little bit too much.
Alonso's disappearing for the evening. Have a good night, sir.
Goodbye, Alonso, you slag.
Alonso, see ya. There's more entertainment. I thought these games. What I don't know when they say they're not entertaining, like Real Madrid losing, like these are some big teams you expect to win. They're losing games here.
But I think his point is more. It should be a knockout from the start, where it actually matters if Real Madrid lose. I could be wrong. That might be what he means, because basically the crush is Real Madrid can lose 2 games and it doesn't matter, because the 6 games they do win will put them in the postseason.
Yes, that is. I think that's what he's referring to.
Yeah, no. I get that part of it, but I guess, like I said, this is something new. And when the Premier League came in, and when all these leagues changed their formats and stuff, everybody said he didn't like it, and then they just learned to love it eventually. So I kind of feel like
the thing I like about the new Champions League is that it creates more variation of games, and because before with those groups, you get so often you get the same teams in the same groups, and it was just constantly the same teams. Now you get a more variation of different teams playing each other, and they're playing 8 games now instead of 6. So there's just more variation, and yeah, I think that's the good bit. And the best bit is that big league system, where, as we were just discussing, on the last day, basically, you can there's so many different ways it can end up, and you can have teams in all different weird positions. It's going to be up for grabs on the last day.
On all fours, yeah.
No, but you think about it. If you were in, like for me, you have, instead of playing Real Madrid twice, now you get to play them only once. You can put everything you want into that game if you wanted to, and maybe steal a point, which you wouldn't, knowing that I got to play them again. All right. And you might take a little bit off. But if you only got to play them in a one-off game in a Champions League, anybody can win, right?
Yeah.
You have a good day, they have a bad day, it works in your favor, and bang, bang, bang. Next, you know, they've got a loss, and you're like laughing because those aren't points you're trying to get. That's why I think it adds a little bit of you're talking about entertaining. That's what it gets you. You come into that match thinking it's going to be a struggle. They can't score. You get a goal by the skin of your teeth. Next thing you know, you're up, and you're like, you know what?
I
This
don't
is a
hate
good
it.
point to get.
I don't hate it. My point is, I feel like I'm at a point in the competition where basically I know it's going to get exciting, but I know we're not there yet.
Yeah.
Like we're waiting for
Well,
match day
I hear you, but I feel like that excitement is what you've seen already. You just like towards the end, it means more because there's only two matches left, for example. But guess what? We always turn around and go, well, look, they could like say Real Madrid gets 25th spot. You're gonna look back at those early drop point games and go, those are games they're expecting to win. If it was a typical group stage, they would have won. They would have come back and won that game because they would have at least got to play the second game, the second game of home and home. So yeah, so that's kind of I hear what you're saying, but you guys are thinking of the nostalgia of what you've seen for years now, and this is something new. And what I believe is actually entertaining now. You don't see it, but you're waiting for the end when it really,
I,
really
I,
matters. I
agree,
get
I
the
agree.
knockout feel, but I kind of feel like the one-off situation is also where
You're
that. What's the difference
probably
between
right, Gary.
playing Real Madrid once and twice, right? You get that one chance. You're at home playing Real Madrid, you might be able to steal a point.
You're right, but I do feel like we're sat in this holding pattern where it's like, okay, so basically to get Real Madrid out of the Champions League, a lot of teams have to beat them rather than them just having one off night at the moment.
Yeah.
But
You know
Real
what?
Madrid, the top
Yeah.
teams traditionally are getting to the latter stages anyway, no matter what format you have, whether it's just a straight knockout or the old group system. It's all the top teams are always going to get to the latter stages, but at least now you're getting more variations of games being played because, like I said, with the group stage, it was so often the same teams in the same groups. It just got boring, and yeah, they played after 3 games. You basically knew who was going to qualify.
You're all right within the vacuums, individually within the vacuums of what you are saying. By you, I mean Sam, Gary, and Brownie. You're all right within your own vacuums of your opinions. Everything you're saying is correct. Like Brownie said, there's zero excitement because no one is out. There's no jeopardy to this, and no one's feeling the jeopardy to it because Real Madrid can just win the game on match day 5 and everything can be fine again. I mean, they're not out as it is. If they did the cut off right now, they'd be in the playoff against someone they'll probably beat. As they should. If you're the best team, you deserve to win ultimately over the course of the season, whatever. But I'm not disputing that. It just annoys me the fact that they are a bunch of scumbags that won't turn up to congratulate you if you beat them.
True.
Yep.
Essentially, that's my issue with them. It's a bit like we are hit. This is what I always say about the big 6 in the Premier League. The rest of us all exist as fodder for you to win, and ultimately, and I'm not disrespecting you when I say that because that's essentially what this is now. It's business. You have to have opposition for people to watch you play. But Real Madrid see it even more nefarious because they're basically like, well, if you beat us, you beat us. But football only really matters if we win.
Yeah.
You're meant to congratulate your opposition. Like, because your club, Real Madrid, not your club, Real Madrid as a club, they do win the Ballon d'Or a lot. But how would they have felt like if basically word got round that Ronaldo was basically going to win it and then Messi decided, well, I'm not going to turn up if I'm not going to win? It makes a genuine mockery of the whole thing. And because it's Real Madrid, no one's actually really gone into why this is so awful. It's just become a funny story, like, oh, they're not turning up, and well done, Rodri. It's like, but Rodri would be expected to turn up if Vinicius Jr. wins next year.
Yep. No, it does. It's a bad look, isn't it? It's a very bad look.
But no one will actually care that it's a bad look because it's Real Madrid.
Yeah.
I think that's what's wrong about it. But
Yeah, you're right. Nobody's made a big deal of it because they just they ended up winning 2 awards there anyways. But yeah, I mean it's once again a bad look for football, and nobody cares, and then eventually it will look even worse, and then people go, "How did we get here?" Well, this is how you get there. You eventually,
I think the real jeopardy to Real Madrid as a club and institution is the fact that can't happen again, as in their players not winning it, because their whole transfer system, their whole thing is basically come to us and win the Ballon d'Or. Because it's obviously very biased in their favour because of like the French magazine that awards it is obviously very like heavy on like we like Spanish football compared to the Premier League, because obviously the Premier League is financially the most successful league, so it's their way of basically punishing us for having a successful football institution. And I know this sounds like bollocks, but I bet it's true. Because obviously players in the Premier League generally don't win the Ballon d'Or.
No, that's right.
Like I know they did this year. And I know, like the previous time was Ronaldo at Man United. Like it took being Ronaldo to win it. Generally speaking, though, their whole transfer model is like to these young Brazilian players, basically come and join us, and you will officially become the best footballer in the world for a year or whatever. Otherwise, why wouldn't you just go to Manchester City anyway?
It's definitely biased towards teams outside of the Premier League. That's for sure.
Yeah,
but it's very biased in the favour of Real Madrid and Barcelona.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the latest to get robbed was Lewandowski, right? I mean, what else do you have to do to win a Ballon d'Or than what he did in that season?
What about Henry?
Yeah. I'm just saying the most recent, and then you
go
back.
Yeah, you're right, absolutely right. But for me, one of the absolute most terrible ones was Henry not getting the award instead of Pavel Nedved. I mean, Henry that season had something like 32, 33 goals in the league and like 22 assists. It was their record numbers of assists and goals in the same season. And just because Arsenal didn't get to the Champions League final, that was it. We won the league. We won. I think it was the season we won the double. I think it was the Invincible season. I think, if I remember correctly, that season he had those great numbers, and he was by far the best player in the world. Everybody said it. Everyone. And then Pavel Nedved gets the fucking award. I mean, it's ridiculous.
I told him to give it to Nedved because I might have a bias against Henry. I can't really explain it, actually.
I wonder why.
Yeah.
I knew he was going to be a cheater in the future, so I punished him retrospectively.
I must say, it was terrible what he did against Ireland. What he did for France against Ireland, that was terrible.
Sorry, go on, Gary.
I was going to say when Henry, turned in his retirement card for a chance to get a goal on Leeds, I think that's when you got pissed off at him, right? The man was sitting up in an old folks' home, and then he said, I feel like a goal today. And Arsenal had an opening, so he took a spot, came in, voila, goal. Mr. Tom's upset again at one Henry. So
I seem to have dropped my earbud into my recycling bin. So excuse me.
That's good. Well done.
Do excuse me, lads. But I am listening.
Well done. So I had a couple of things I thought we could talk about today, but I think we're getting a bit late now, so might save them for next week. But one of them I don't think will take long to talk about. If you let me just raise one point.
Go ahead. You can talk. I mean, I'm just gonna. It's just me and the dog at the house, so I'm not going anywhere.
Okay, because I won't raise the other issue because I think that'll probably take us a while to talk about. But this other one I think we'll probably get through pretty quickly. But what I've noticed is interesting that, I just think it shows what's happening with football today, with how that so much influence now in terms of the ownership, and as we talked about how much focus there's on money, that the Middle Eastern basically countries basically, and their like wealth funds and different, corporate funds and everything corporation funds are, owning so many more football clubs now. Not just football clubs, but I mean sport in general. Like, I mean, they're buying, Formula One events, they're buying all the boxing events, UFC events, tennis event. They're getting everything. And what's interesting now is it seems like other countries outside the Middle East just don't give a fuck anymore, because it's all just corrupt and it's basically about how much money you've got. Because I was reading the other day, it was quite interesting that at the moment the only candidate for the 2034 World Cup, which is the next World Cup they're going to decide now coming, I'm not sure when they do it, but it's the next one they're going to pick basically for 2034. The only candidate at the moment that's applied for that World Cup is Saudi Arabia. No one else. And that is so shocking, because normally you'll have so many different of the same applicants, so many of the same countries normally apply, like, England, you'll have China, you'll have Japan, maybe Japan with South Korea like they had before, Germany, Spain and Portugal. There'll be 3, 4, 5, at least 3, 4, 5 applicants, different countries or combinations of countries. But now the only applicant at the moment is Saudi Arabia. And it's like, I think it's probably like, yeah, we know they're going to get it. They're probably going to spend like $10 billion to FIFA or something behind the scenes to get it. I'm just thinking that's such an indictment of where we've got now within football, that Saudi Arabia at the moment looks like they're going to just get the World Cup in 2034.
They own football.
By default.
They own football
by default, probably. I was just thinking, what are you guys' thoughts on that? I mean, it's pretty sick, isn't it, the way it is now?
They now own the sport.
Pretty much. Everything's in Saudi, right? Everything's in Saudi now, and Abu Dhabi, the United Arab Emirates and Qatar. Those three nations, basically.
I think it's very insidious of them, because everything always starts at every takeover, hostile takeover, starts out with someone being really nice, like, oh, we're just here to oversee how everything's going, and then eventually at some point it will become, football will be a lot better if you don't involve women, though, won't it?
It's crazy.
Like, and their actual, like, they'll make it like, they'll make you believe. I could be wrong here, but they'll make you believe like you can change their way of thinking. But really, what they're actually doing is they're the ones giving you £4 billion over 4 years. So obviously, you need to accept the way that they want things.
Yeah.
They're not going to give you. They're not going to give you £4 billion and then basically go, no, you know what? We should actually just let women.
It's just so corrupt. It's just so openly corrupt now that it just shows you. I mean, realistically, for this application for the 2034 World Cup, you should have like you maybe have like an African conglomerate corporation of countries, like a few African countries, like South Africa and a few of the other maybe neighboring countries. Or you might have Japan and South Korea again, or you might have China, or you might have England might try again, or Germany or France, or Spain and Portugal together as a cooperation. I know Scandinavia has thought about they probably wouldn't go for the World Cup, but like for the Euros, I know like Sweden, Denmark, and Norway together as like a trio, they would like a Scandinavian Euros. But yeah, I mean there should be various applications for the World Cup, but now it's just Saudi Arabia, and it's just like everyone's just like, yeah, we don't give a fuck, just give it to them. It's just everything's going into Saudi Arabia, Qatar, the UAE, all the sports, the big sports, everything being bought up and run by them. I mean, you look at all the different clubs they own now, various sports, teams within different sports. I mean, it's everything's just going into the Middle East, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's just one is it good for football? It's just about money, man. It's just about where you follow the money.
It's true.
Right?
I mean, Brownie makes a good point. Australasia, like you could have, it would be very valid, and I think it would be worth doing for the sake of that they're supposed to share it. I don't know if it's an actual policy of FIFA, but I read many
They
years
wanted
ago.
it to be available to every continent on a
Well,
rotation.
the way I read their policy is supposed to be that each World Cup is supposed to be in a different, different continent. It can't be the same continent as the last World Cup, right? So we've just had a World Cup in, I know 2034. I don't know who got it for 2030. I can't remember who that is.
I've got the answer right here. I can
Who's
tell you
got
exactly what their
2030?
plan is. Officially, the host country will be Spain, Portugal, and Morocco. Officially,
That's interesting. That's interesting
However-
for 2030.
yeah. However, in the opening game, the opening game will take place in. The opening game will take place in South America, in Argentina, I believe. No, sorry, the opening game will be held in Uruguay. The
Bloody
second
hell.
game will be held in Argentina. The third game will be held in Paraguay and I don't know why Paraguay are included in this. It might be because they were in the first World Cup, but it's due to the anniversary of the first
the
World Cup.
100-year anniversary. Yeah. Okay, I get that. Yeah.
And then
that's good.
it transfers over to Spain,
to Europe.
Morocco,
Okay,
Portugal.
well, that's an interesting combination of Spain, Portugal, because I said that you'd think. So I understand now why they haven't applied for 2034. But anyway, I was just saying it's really strange that there's not strange. We know why, but there's Saudi Arabia the only applicant for 2034. But what I was going to say was I absolutely agree that it could, and maybe it should be Australia and New Zealand together. For Australasia, basically. And they've been overlooked for every so many World Cups. I don't think they've applied now. Well, they haven't applied now.
I can tell you why it won't be Australia right now is basically because Australia decided that their continent doesn't exist in footballing terms, because they joined the Asian Qualifying Confederation to make it easier for them to qualify for the World Cup. Therefore, they could only actually be handed a World Cup when it's Asia's turn to host the World Cup. And technically, did that not go to Qatar?
That's true. That's true. Qatar is probably included in Asia. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it must be.
They won the Asia Cup.
So
that's probably the answer.
That's killed Australia's chances because, like you say, Australia went into the Asia instead of Australasian, and that was to make it more fair competitively for Australasia because Australia was basically the only team that ever qualified from there ever. It never gave any of the smaller teams a chance. So it made it more competitive for them.
Because they would always be handed this really difficult qualifying playoff where, you play one of the teams from South America or you play one of the teams from Asia, sorry. And they just went, why can't we just play in the group stages of the Asian one?
Yeah. And it was done to make it more competitive for the Australasian Confederation as well. Because Australia was basically by far the best team in that confederation. But no, but it's true,
They sat there, Sam, and thought, how can we get Australia and New Zealand in the World Cup? And then Australia went, I've got an idea. What? And it was simple as that, really.
And I think BX Gunner's probably got a very, very valid, maybe a reason there. That could be a valid reason.
oh, Jesus Christ! I've got things about this, right? Because on my socials, I'm such a cunt for saying that. Anyway, sorry. On social media, it was said, Rachel Gunn from the breakdance in the Olympic Games. She is retiring from breakdancing.
I read that.
Retiring from breakdancing. Sorry, I'll say it one more time. She's retiring from breakdancing. No word has ever been said about the Australian male breakdancer that took part because he was competent. I don't think he won or did, but basically he didn't embarrass his nation. Therefore, he's not going to become a social media star, which is actually the real gold medal in all of this. Anyway.
Wow.
So one last thing, Gary, and I promise I'll shut up. The real reason Brownie's upset that Australia have not been given a men's World Cup is basically because the World Cup is not being held tomorrow outside Brownie's house.
Yeah.
He wants to go to the games. He wants to go to the games now. and they've took it away from him. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
Brownie.
That's it.
FIFA stabbed them in the back and went, "Have you met my new mate, Saudi?" Though.
Yeah. No, I mean it's killing sport in general. This thing called money. So every sport is feeling it, and it kind of sucks. Like we want it. I mean, yes, it is the way of the world, but I just like the whole athleticism part of it, as opposed to who has the most money wins.
Yep.
There's not much you can do about it. Kind of takes away from all the other stuff that goes into the sport, right? I mean, Real Madrid can continue to bring in the best players at the top prices when needed, and everybody else has to do it the right way.
Yeah.
And they can't compete, so it's not a level playing field. So you kind of get screwed. So yeah, and at the end of the day, as I always say, it's bad for the sport. I mean, it's bad for the sport, and then we get used to it, and then they double down and find a new way to screw you. Right?
Yeah.
They continue to do that. Like just for those who need a link to the show, Slags of the Night. Is that right?
Slags in the dark.
Slags in the dark.
Oh, I've got to do an episode called Slags of the Night.
Slags of the Night probably sounds better than Slags. Slags in the. Oh, anyways, I screwed it up. Anyways. Yeah.
No, thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
You never screwed it up. You never screwed it up because that's brilliant. Well, to be fair to Sam Greenwood, right? And I'm going to say this knowing he's not here because obviously Lord Greenwood is here. So I'm going to say it's about Sam Greenwood. He's very good at when you make a suggestion, he will probably go with it. For example, he was going, "We're going to do slags, whatever," and I was like, "Why don't we call it Slagoween?" Because it was Halloween.
Yes, it's a very good idea. That was It
became, and it was. But yeah, fair enough. So Gary, probably on Thursday you might find Slags of the Night. Knowing Sam, you might.
It's a good name, but I think I'm sticking with Slags in the Dark because it's basically a little bit.
Yeah, no, Slags of the Night's a totally different type of show.
Slightly different show, maybe one for another time.
Maybe hold on to that in case we start doing.
Well, you know what? What is it they say in Deadpool? What do they say in Deadpool? Sounds like a franchise, right? So there you go.
Sounds like a franchise. Great stuff. But anyway, thank you, Gary, for allowing us to.
Oh no, I enjoy this. Are you guys ready to head out of here?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm okay.
All right, everybody.
Are you gonna be all right, BX Gunner? Are you gonna be all right if we leave?
Well, you know what? The City match is on. If you guys are watching it, it's 0-0. 10 minutes in the 10th minute here. I don't know. Anybody think City will just eventually apply enough pressure and finish them off?
I don't care, but I'll be polite and say yes.
Okay. I'm watching my college team is losing 14-0 right now. 14-0 at Texas.
Are the Alabama Crimson Tide playing at the moment?
They play later tonight at LSU, so that's going to be a really big game. So
we're not doing well.
It's
very upsetting, Gary.
Yeah. No. The Gators are losing. It's not a surprise. They're on their third string quarterback. And he can't throw the ball. So every time he throws the ball, it goes to the wrong team, or it doesn't even go to the wrong team. It ends up on the floor because he can't throw it.
So basically what you're saying is, right, let me try to word it the way it is. What you're saying is basically in September next year, you should actually just have Ron Simmons in a wig. Basically go, he's actually 17 or whatever the required age is. Because he's a football Hall of Famer.
Gary's thinking of the ladies of the night instead. Brownie, how did you deduce that? You are a genius that you took what I said and you translated it to that. How in the world did you get there? I thought I was
kind of true though, isn't it, Gary?
It is a little bit true, isn't it? Yes.
It was a transmere slip that actually turned into
slip.
Only Gary can do Freudian slips that actually end up becoming like the biggest thing within the show. forever.
So watch out. Watch. You've heard it here. Slags of the night. Future show. You never know when it's going to come, and I do mean that in the literal sense.
Probably Thursdays at 8 though.
But it will show up on your TV screens at some point, and you'll go, "Wow, I didn't know I needed it."
Yes. Beautiful, riveting entertainment.
And then you know what? And BX Gunner has to take it there.
Transrear slip. Oh my god.
I can confirm Gary did not say transrear. He did not. But I'm kind of wishing he did, because that would be hilarious.
That would be really hard to do. I think it would be really hard to do, but who knows? I might, since it's in my head right now, it might show up one time.
But in all seriousness, thanks, Gary, for turning up and hosting your own show on this week. So I appreciate that.
Yes,
gorgeous. So, Mr. Tom,
thanks everyone. Yeah, thanks everyone for supporting Gary's show. Thanks for sticking with our show during difficult times. Not difficult times with Gary doing family stuff, but in all seriousness, thank you all for supporting us, giving us your time and your viewership, especially BX Gunner, but especially Brownie. Anyway, Gary, Brownie, what's the time now? It's like 4 a.m. in it, something like that. But yeah, seriously, have a good night. Thank you, Gary, for giving us the time to be on YouTube and have some fun. Even on the weeks when you weren't here, it's still nice of you to actually set up a show so we can actually continue this. I do appreciate that you trust us with your channel for some reason.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go. For those who needed to know, it's 4 a.m. Brownie, he already did 1 day of work in Australia in 4 months? I mean, the man's probably needs to rest for another 4 months before he puts in another day.
Yeah.
So,
yes.
That's all.
Lord Greenwood, what say you?
Well, I want to thank everybody. As always, great show. Lovely to be on with you chaps, you heathens, you absolute slags. Been glorious. Been a glorious afternoon and evening. Thank you for everyone taking part in the chat and giving us some good stuff to talk about. I do have an interesting little quick thing I want to finish with. This is a short movie concept I have. Idea of a short movie. Basically, the premise is, and I want to get your feedback very quickly from you about what do you think about this movie concept or premise. So basically, what happens is a guy, he's just met a lovely young girl, and he goes back to her place, and she says, "Oh," and they go into the living room, sit down, a little bit of snog and everything. And then she goes into the bedroom, says, wait here. I'm just going to go into the bedroom, get ready, just wait here. And then he says, yeah, fine. And then she says, right, come into the bedroom. And then he goes into the bedroom, and then they're in the bed. And then they're in the act. I don't have to describe what it is. They're in the act. And then all of a sudden, out of the wardrobe pops her twin. Her twin comes out, who is the real girlfriend, and he's been shagging the twin. They did a switch while he was in the living room. And then, this is the best part. This is a lovely little twist here at the end. And then he laughs and he says, ha, 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 wait a second. And then the real man that she thought she was dating, then he comes and knocks on the door. How do you think about that? That's a twist for the ages.
Your excitement in telling it made it even better.
I think it will sell. Let's just say I think it will sell.
That's a twist and a double twist. That's a twist and a double twist. What a movie!
There you go.
Do you think it would sell to the sort of person that would ask if you've seen Animal Farm?
It could be. It could be right up Brownie's alley, that one. It could very much.
There you go. Brownie's
anyway,
like,
thank you very much. Thank you guys. Have a great rest of your weekend. Let's hope the mighty Arsenal win tomorrow. They probably won't, but yes, thank you. Have a great night, everyone.
There you go. And everybody, thanks for joining. If for Brownie, BX Gunner, for some reason, wants you guys to see two crap teams play each other.
He wants me to watch Tottenham versus Ipswich.
There you go. And then Brownie's talking about taking a testosterone injection. Is that really what testosterone is for? Is that why he was taking it?
I don't want to speculate on the things that Brownie has taken in his life.
It's a great. What does it say? Great movie to watch today is the '90s football inspired. Yeah, that's a good movie. The program when they're laying in the street, which for those who know about the whole controversy over that, one of the dares that they had to do is lay in the street in the highway in the middle, and as cars went by, and guess what? Kids did that, and somebody didn't survive. So surprise, surprise, you lay on a busy street, and cars might hit you.
Well, just so you don't disappoint Gary, have you got your Ron Simmons fact of the week?
Oh no. Russ, we're out of here. No more football chat from you. Everybody, thank you for joining us. It's been fun. I enjoyed it. Sorry, I've been away a bit. It's been all family. I've been busy. I've got a big family, so when I've had actually lots of things to do, lots of places. I've actually been all over the country. Kid in New York, kid in Maine, kid in California, kid in Washington. It's been a busy time. So enjoy. Thanks for being here with us. I know Mr. Tom and Sam have been welcome hosts. They scare me, but they've been welcome hosts. So we'll do this again next week. Hopefully we're talking about a good win from Arsenal. Hopefully it'll be the interlull. So I don't know what it'll be on, but we shall see. We'll be back. New segment coming. TiVo's. Okay. There you go. Mr. Tom, do you want to answer this question?
Russ Morgan's Ron Simmons fact of the week is: did you know that Ron Simmons was an All-American at Florida State? I wonder if he types "did" on his phone, and then it automatically in predictive text it just brings up the whole thing in one sentence.
It probably does.
There you go. Yeah. As soon as Russ puts in "did," it just auto completes all the way to the end.
Yeah.
But why are you leaving, lads? When we're still in full flow. You know we are, but they said they want to go.
I need to go and get my dinner.
Mr. Tom has pork balls coming, and Sam has naked skin fish eyeballs or something that he's got coming up.
Yes, that's just the entree.
There you go. So people, we'll be back. Brownie, have a good time. You should go to sleep.
Scroll up, Russ, and he reveals what time it is. It was only about 6 minutes ago.
Yeah, it's almost 5 p.m., 5 a.m. there. So he should be getting up for work, but Brownie don't work. So, but thanks for joining us. We'll be back. Enjoy. Have a good rest of your weekend, and we'll talk to you later. And
life is a journey. Don't waste your trip. Enjoy the ride. There you go.